Let me fix that music. What's up, my VTuber? Why does it look like she's crying? Oh no. She's got that sparkle in her eyes. That's all. Okay, I really need to re-rig my model because, like, why is my jacket missing? That's so annoying. Is microphone... Okay, microphone audio's working. Let me check. Let me check the stream. Thing's low. Alright. Check the audio. Hello? The audio? The music's low-key loud. Hello? Music's low-key loud. Hi, Ruben. Hi, Ruben. What if I put this audio right here? This audio right here. Okay, I guess it's not so bad if I put it right here. Okay, I guess it's not so bad if I put it right here. Okay. Maybe my microphone's too loud. Okay. Maybe my microphone's too loud. Oh god. Okay. Right here. Okay. Okay. Or maybe a little bit lower. Okay. A little bit lower. Okay. Okay, testing. Okay, not so bad. Okay, that sounds good. The repetition, I know. I'm my phone's close to my microphone. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Okay. Alright. Looking good. Model looks nice. Stream looks good. Alright, everything looks good. Alright, hello fellow Dream Eaters. This is your girl Yume Nabi here. And for today's stream, we are playing here. We're playing Higurashi. Give me one moment. I can't have my TV turning off on me, so I have to play something in the background. Okay, I think the last time I streamed, I was playing Super Golf with like friends. It was pretty cool. Honestly, I thought I wouldn't like the game, but surprisingly, I did. You know, and it wasn't so bad. Like my mom said, you can't hate something until you try it. So W advice, because like I was gonna lose my mind because like the game felt like it was gonna be overstimulating because like a lot of people, you get to do like so many things, and I'm not very good at golf, but the game wasn't so bad. I took my time. I didn't win, but at least I got the hang of the game at least. Also, there's like 6 chapters left in Higurashi from what we're doing, and let's see, yeah, there's 6 chapters left, and we're gonna play 3 chapters tonight. It's been a while since I saw your Higurashi, so I forgot if you explained it, but do you pronounce Higurashi incorrectly on purpose? Wait, what do you mean? That's how you say it. Higurashi. Like what else are you supposed to say it? Nobody's playing. Everybody's playing. Higurashi? Higurashi. 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 You're making me. You're second guessing myself. Just ignore it. Okay, just forget about it. Higurashi. You're like make me second guess myself. Now I'm thinking I've been saying it wrong this whole entire time. I don't want to think that. Okay, what else? Yeah, let's just leave it. Let's just. I want to watch something, but YouTube is kind of annoying with that when I watch something on TikTok. No, wait. I watched something on YouTube, and YouTube got mad. Oh. Okay, so like before the stream started, I was like working on. I was like working. I was trying to like. I wanted to play DS and 3DS games in the future. So I've been working on something like this. I was working on something this morning. I have a DS overlay. I'm gonna put stickers on it and customize it later, but I have a DS and I have a 3DS overlay. And I was gonna play like games on it. Let me see if I can like where's VTube Studio so we can get this thing off. Okay, so I wanted to get a capture card for my 3DS, and then I'm gonna play like so many DS and 3DS games. I'm so excited. There's so many I want to play. I'm living my fantasies as a kid that I couldn't do because, you know, as a kid, you know, I was like limited on games I could have. Like I had to finish one game before I get the other. So DS games I had was like all the Skyway games. I had like a bunch of Pokemon games, and then after that, I was in high school. I was able to make my own more money. So, but then I got a PS Vita, and then I got a PS4, and then a PS5, and then the PS3DS are just building dust slowly. But I want to go back to my roots and play all the games I couldn't play before. Let's see. I was testing this one game called Avalon Code. I thought that game that's probably going to be Avalon Code is probably the game that we're gonna play next. I just know all these consoles are expensive. They are, but they weren't expensive before, to be honest. Like, I remember I got my PS4 like during Black Friday, and I think I paid like $199. And I got my PS3 at a pawn shop for like 130 before when I was like in high school. And I think the PS5 was probably oh yeah, the Switch. I would say the Switch was the most expensive thing I ever bought for a console. And then the PS5 came out, and then that thing was expensive also, and I was like, whew. But like I got that for Christmas. So I'm grateful for that. I saved up for so many. Every console I have, I try to save my money for them cuz like I really like PlayStation, so I try to keep up to date with certain consoles. Same thing with Nintendo. I mean, I wouldn't have gotten a Switch if Fire Emblem Three House came out. Like if Fire Emblem, like as soon as I saw Fire Emblem Three House came out, I was like, okay, let me get a PS Switch. But the consoles are expensive, but the PCs are expensive too because like I think I spent $600 to build my PC from scratch, but it wasn't so bad. But now since there's like a lot of games that are so powerful, my console can't handle it, so I rely on my PC can't handle it, so I rely on my console to play those games because my console is low-key kind of more powerful than my PC when it comes to playing certain AAA games. And I do not like seeing my games lag or turn off. I had this game, Avalon Code. Let me give you a sneak peek of a game we're gonna play in the future. Does it look the game look good? Oh, it's so loud. I wouldn't say my PC crash a lot. It's just that games when you're streaming and then you're doing other things, and then you have like a powerful, then you have like a game that needs so much. It just takes like your PC takes on a lot. So I have to spend at least 3K to upgrade my PC. be a while for me to upgrade.
The end of life as we know it is here.
Okay, I was just showing you guys a sneak peek of what I was doing, but we're not doing that. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up and start hearing. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so paranoid. I'm getting paranoid now because he brought it up. We're gonna play Higurashi. We're gonna start it up. I did want to like react to some certain videos, but just in case YouTube says something, I'm just gonna hurry up and start the game. Let's see, where is it? HHH. I think after I finish playing this game, we're either gonna play Style Skyvy, or yeah, we're either gonna play Style Skyvy or reaction. I mean, it depends on my mood, because there's some videos that I want to react to that I see on TikTok, or maybe there's something on my feed that I want to look into, but I don't really react to videos like that. Ugh. Maybe game trailers. I do like looking at new game trailers. I do like that, and anime. But when I tried doing some anime reaction, YouTube was not happy. So maybe when I'm not streaming on YouTube, I could do those. But like, nope. Since I'm multi-streaming on YouTube, some videos are gonna be restricted, so it's gonna be annoying. I have played this game for 10 hours. I'm almost done with it. Last time I played it, it said February 22nd. It's March 4th? Okay. 6 more chapters. Okay, PC capture. Oh, it's so bright. Okay, in Higurashi. Oh my god. Okay, in Higurashi, last time we left off, I believe the cop came to our school and he told us that Tomitake-san has died. He told us that he feels like it's somebody in the village, and because there's been weird things happening ever since the dam incidents, um every single time during the festival somebody dies, and that was him. He kind of let out he let out like a death flag when he said that when he told us that story on the festival, low key. But yeah, he died the next day, and Tomitake-san told no, the cop told us that Tomitake, he was clawing his throat, and he apparently he was about to get jumped or something. I don't know, but it looked like he was getting jumped, and then Tomitake killed himself? Question mark. And so the cop came to our school. He told us the story, and then he said, "You're gonna be next because you're kind of an outsider. Even though you've been here for like a couple months, the villagers still don't f with you like that. So you're next when it's like next festival time or something, or soon." So Keiichi, he's low-key paranoid. I remember in the anime, after he was talking to the cop, it made him really paranoid. He started carrying a bat around. He got really aggressive with the girls. The girls started acting weird, and that's what I remember from the anime. What do you think would happen? I know what happened. I saw the anime. I saw the old anime. I know what happened. I don't know, like, I mean, I don't know how Tomitake died. I don't know if I don't remember if they explained it in the anime. I just know that in the anime, Keiichi was paranoid. He got defensive. He started getting aggressive. He felt he was about to get attacked, and he struck. He struck back. And then the girl started being crazy. I think they said something was about is the curse of Hinamizawa or something. And Then I think the second season of the anime kind of explained it more, but I don't know. But I need to play this game. What the heck? It changed. The game changed. What the heck? Onikakashu, Demon Away chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi When They Cry. The Onikakashu arc will be opening. Inviting you to this world, sit back, relax, and enjoy life in Hinamizawa to the fullest. The difficulty of this chapter is extremely high. They say that, but like I have choices in this game. I don't make choices. All I'm here is just reading. I'm here for the ride. Hi, Lena. Sorry I didn't see your message. You know, it's hard for me to see stuff on YouTube sometimes. I think it auto starts if you stay on the menu too long. Really? I don't... I mean, I'm halfway to finishing this game, but... Okay, maybe you're right. Or maybe because I pressed start instead of continue. Wait, but I think I did press continue. I'm so confused. That was weird. That was weird and scary. Okay, I finished chapter 7. So I'm chapter 8 now. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait, there's 5 more chapters left. Is there 5 or 6 more chapters? It was a Higurashi. That's scary. That's scary. It's literally nighttime for me. Let's view all the tips. There are more than 4 perpetrators? Oh wait, I gotta see if game audio is good. Wait, I think I already saw this.
爪の間に皮膚片が残っておった。間違いなく本人のものじゃわい。
Can I make myself smaller? Oh yes, perfect time to play Higurashi. It's the only time I play Higurashi. And it sucks. Well, this is probably the only horror game I could probably handle, so. I think I already seen this. I think I already seen this tip.
傷の形も一致する。
直接死因が自殺ってのは分かってますよ。
分かっとるわい。人為的に。
背中が痒くてかきすぎて血が出ちゃうのとはちょっとわけが違いますからね。
Bro, exit. I think I already seen this. I think I already seen I think I already seen the tips. Wait. I'm confused. Search notice? I know I saw... Let me see the search notice. Jiro Tomitake. Reside in a cheap hotel in Shishibone City. Register under the name Jiro Tomitake. Pen name. Travel via folding bike. No license. Folding bike? Wait. Folding... Oh, that's cute. The bicycle was found 300 meters away, abandoned at the side of a forest path. Present on the day of the festival, accompanied by the missing Mio Takano. Oh yeah, I forgot. She was there too, the nurse. Was seen around 9 p.m. by police. Location afterwards unknown. Held residence in Hinamizawa for 1 week each season for the last 5 to 6 years. Freelance photographer specializing in wild bird. Check with magazine companies. Nothing suspicious in the film located among the articles of disease. Wallet was amongst the article of the disease. A mere act of violence? From the contents of his wallet, he spent most of his time around Tokyo and Chiba. Along the Sobu National Railway line? No individual matching the name Jiro Tomitake in the residency records of any of the Tokyo wards. Comparative to dental records, sent to Metro Police. Attach a photo, sent to Metro Police. Contact magazine regarding Jiro Tomitake, Mio Takano, missing. Nurse at Irai sounds right. Clinic. Became close to Tomitake through her passion for wild bird photography. Resides in Okinomiya. Single. Witness accompany Tomitake on the festival grounds, currently missing. Abducted, or maybe a suspect. An important person of interest. Had no motive to kill the deceased. Squabble from jealousy? Need to thoroughly investigate their relationship. Place of work, etc. Need to get information from the police on scene again. I want some cream puff. I feel that. I want something sweet to eat. Like, the only thing I had sweet to eat was French toast I made this morning, and that's not enough. 4 jumbo ones. I never had cream puff before. But I don't like stuff that has fillings in it. It kind of ruins it for me. Oishi. Alright, here it comes. The game is getting more intense now. Since there's like, what, 5 more chapters left? Sleepy.
Keiichi-kun, でっかいあくび。
It was. Like I heard him. I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but doesn't look like I can do it today.
ゆうべ遅くまでテレビ見てたら眠くて眠くて。
It's okay. Detective Delicious.
ケイちゃんが喜びそうな番組なんかやってたっけ？
Raunchy. Can't she stop?
ケツ旋盤でございますわ。
ちょっと待て、勝手に想像して決めつけるんじゃねえ。
Crazy. First thing in the morning too.
男の子なら当然です。恥ずかしくないですよ。
True, but it's like weird to talk about out loud like that. I don't know. Mion's so weird. Rika's not patting my head only makes me feel worse. Yeah, she's ashamed of you. She's disowning you.
ちょっとこの昼休みは爆睡させてくれ。いや、ほんとマジで。
あら、私が黙って見過ごすとお思いで。
How this sentence would piss me off.
邪魔したら怒る。
I'm saying, like, if you disturb me when I'm sleeping, I'm gonna be so mad.
すごい怒る。
Now he's making me tired, yawning in my ear like that. This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slipped my head onto the table and drifted off into an afternoon nap. Assuming that Satoko had responded, but I pretended not to hear.
さとこちゃんやめなよ。ケイチくん寝ちゃった。
Right? Some people just play too much and you gotta do something to like stop that.
寝顔かいい。
Kaiit?
後でお持ち帰りしていいから。そっとしときな。
Thank you.
向こうへ移動しましょうです。
Thank you guys for being respectful, true friends.
ケイチにうるさいと悪いですよ。
Rika-chan really is a good girl.
先生が来ても起こさないであげましょうです。
Okay. I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching the TV was a lie. Yeah, that thing the cop told you probably kept you awake. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi-san this afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Just spending the days like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't happen at all. It made me think, was Oishi-san just trying to deceive me? Why would a cop go out of his way to do this to you? Why would, like, it makes no sense. Why would he do this? Why would he try to deceive you? Like, who are you? He tried to give you, I mean, it's nice of him to give you a heads up. But it was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. He wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended up with me again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would, without a doubt, be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this.
それっていつから？
Right? Like, the police officer really told him, like, a horrible crime scene, and he's like, you know, it's so weird. I mean, I don't know. Everything about this is so weird. The fact that the cop told him this, something this private, like Keiichi is like his best friend or something. He barely knew the guy. I guess the cop is suspicious of this village, so he's telling Keiichi since he's an outsider.
もう次の日にはいなかったって。渡流しの晩に失踪したらしいよ。
Mion whispered to keep others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rena's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about TOMITAKE-san? But we're gonna hear the gossip.
さん、けなの？
わかんない。
What they're whispering about?
私の知る限りではね。
I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit here and pretend I was asleep to listen in on their discussion. Yeah. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friend's conversation? The guilt stung.
で、他にもいるんでしょ？
Others what?
彼女がたたりにあったのか、鬼隠しにあったのかはわかんないけどね。
They don't know if it's from the curse or if it's from the Onikakashu. Yeah, I said that wrong. Onikakushi? Onikakushi. To be hidden away by a demon? What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good.
いや、何せよ。もう一人いるんだよね。だよね。
お社様なら、ね。
でも、今年は出ないよ。
バッチャと村長さんが話してたんだけどさ、今年は事前に警察と話がつけてあるらしいんだよ。何が起こっても騒ぎにしないで穏便に片付けるって。
じゃあ、レナたちが知らないだけで、どこかで誰かがかもしれないってこと？
She said kill?
かもね。
次はレナかな。
安心しなよ。レナはちゃんと帰ってきたよ。
でも、ダメだったんでしょ？
What are they whispering about?
昔の話だよ。もうやめよう、この話。
Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term Onikakushi, to be demon away, by the context it was used in, I would have guessed it's similar to being spirited away. Ooh, I love that JLB fam. I suspect that was what it meant because Tomitake-san and that woman, it really bugged me that I don't know her name. Vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing they snuck out was when Rena said, "There's another one, right?" Mion said, "If it's Oyashiro-sama, yeah," responding to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there has to be two victims. Is that what she meant? Come to think of it, I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of Onikakashu. It seems that the curse and being demon away are different things, and they were phenomena that were paired together. What? Yikes. I recall Tomitake-san's terrible end, and that wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would best be described as curse. Then the woman with him, it means she vanished because she was demon away? What I do know is that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened. For what reason? I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. Why? If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizen and drive out invaders? Ooh, like you. But remember, wasn't Rena wasn't she an outsider like a year ago? If I recall correctly, yesterday Oishi-san said that originally the targets were enemies of the village, but recently there was no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. It's hard for me to read the text because of my phone. But if that was the case, then I would think that I'll be the more likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena, and your parents too. So honestly, there's more victims. From her composure, I would infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay that I heard just now to Oyashi-san. No, keep it to yourself. There's a reason why he didn't tell a lot of people. Informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep, it made me feel terrible. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, I felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret ever having learned of these events. You know, Satoko, I used to not like you, but you're kind of nice for doing this. In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of afternoon classes. Good, I couldn't sleep at all. I hastily opened my eyes and raised my head up. I was in that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. What? There was a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with a tape? What? Circumstantial evidence was enough. Satoko! I take it back. Satoko, you little brat. There will be no slander on Satoko. I don't know. Satoko, I find her annoying. Out of the ranking of the group, to me it goes Rika, Rena, Rika, Rena, Shion, Mion. I don't know, Keiichi and Satoko, they're kind of tied because honestly, low-key, Keiichi is annoying and Satoko's annoying. But the main girls I do like most. There's also that one girl, I forgot her name was, but she kind of looks similar to Rika, but I forgot who she is. But I heard in the new anime, they gave her a spotlight. So maybe I should see the new anime and see, you know, what they did. Wow. I furiously jumped up from my seat, but a thumbtack is crazy. And I tripped as if my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces have been tied together. Keiichi, you didn't feel anybody touching your shoes?
I don't
know, you kind of deserve that. Cause how you? I know you were you were fake sleeping.
俺が寝ている間に気配を消してこれだけの上等をやってくれるだよ。
Dang! The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Satoko. Tackle Satoko is crazy. Oh, the character assassination? Oh, really? From what I've seen from the anime, it looks like Satoko got a lot of screen time. They assassinated her character? That's crazy. Cause like I just remember like when I first watched Higurashi like in middle school, I remember Satsuko was like being a bully to Rika, and I remember the chair scene, and I was like, thank you. So that's part of the reason why I don't F with Satsuko. I know that was like another timeline or something, but still, it kind of bugged me. But Satsuko is good in her own way, but she's probably like the least dangerous person in the group. But I don't know, Satsuko is just a little girl. I would say, yeah, Satsuko is probably like the least dangerous person in the group, and she's just a little girl. And it's just unfortunate how she gets treated every time in the anime. She did get a lot of screen time, but they destroyed her character. Oh. Dang, that's crazy. You would think they would do the opposite. It really does suck if you think about it, because like watching the anime back, they did kind of like, you know, she didn't get a chance at all, except for that one time. Have you seen her traps? Of course, of course.
先生が来ましたよ、ケイチさん。着席遊ばせ。
Clomp, clomp. What is this sound effects? Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick of the forehead. She can dish it, but she can't serve it.
ケイチさんがいじめた。
ほら。
Who is she? Like, I never understand who is this teacher, because like, who is this woman? I have never seen her in the anime. She's surprised every time I see her. She gives me a jump scare.
前原くん、下級生をいじめてはいけません。
I will defend Satsuko character in the OG season. Okay, you know, totally understandable. But you know, when she was bullying Rika, I did not like that. But other than that, you know, she's okay.
謝りなさい。
I don't know. I can't find myself to like you because I don't know who you are. And I feel like people who I don't know, I feel like are people who are either gonna die or are the murderers. Okay. We can agree on that. I saw Satsuko stick her tongue out at me. That little brat.
ほら、前原くん。
へいへい、謝りますよ。さとこさん、ごめんなさい。
In any case, I apologize even if it was in a completely insecure tone of voice. Excuse me. Damn her. I'll remember this.
ケイちゃん、その恨みは部活でね。
I hate the club meetings. It's low-key annoying me and boring.
着席。
I want to hurry up and get to the spicy scenes. I sat down after Mion told me to. She switched it to class representative mode. Are we done? Are you going home? I guess not. With the boring class finished, school is finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play last time because of Oyoshi-san. Rena and I weren't able to test out our strategy.
そうだね。今日こそケイチくんと二人で大勝利だよね。でもどうでしょうね。同じゲームを続けて2日やった試しはありませんし。ミーにお願いしてみたらどうでしょうです。
But the teacher was different from the anime. Tell me, like, the teacher in the anime did not look like her. She had brown hair in the anime, and she looked much different from her. I'm telling you, that's not the teacher from the anime. I got it. I do not remember this lady. She was not in the anime. She was not in the anime. Like, who is this lady? I think I remember a blue hair teacher. Like, she was not in the anime. I could have sworn she had brown hair. Just accept it? I can't. Oh my gosh, even in the wiki. No. What the heck? She was not in the anime at all. I mean, they mentioned a teacher, but she did not have blue hair. I don't remember her. What the freak? Maybe she's a nobody. They for real deleted her. I'm confused. Wait, who is she? Now I'm okay. See that? And there. They'll let me stop the stream just to look for this, cause like she was not in the anime. I don't know. Maybe she wasn't in the anime, but I swear. I don't remember her. She's there from episode 1. She's always seen in the class. No! Okay, I'm going on my website. I'm going on my website and going and typing in Higurashi episode 1. We're gonna pause on this. We're gonna pause on this real quick. Higurashi When They Cry. I don't see her. I don't see. First episode. Where is she? I'm seeing so many people. What? Oh, she's just a nobody. Bro, she's just a nobody then, cause like I don't remember her. She had no presence in the anime. Okay, you're right. She's more present in season 2. I don't remember this outro either. I need to rewatch this show because I just need to rewatch this anime. And I love the first opening was so good. Bro, that's so crazy. That's so crazy. Okay, she was there. I need to rewatch Higurashi. I haven't watched it in a minute. Season 2. Season 2? All I remember, there was that girl. Let me see. What was her name again? She looked like she was a ghost or something. He looked like Rika a little bit. Starts her name? That's her name starts with a... Is it Hibana? Hanyu? Whatever the freak her name is. The teacher became more of a focus in the fight against the child constellation step tray. Not a focus, but more direct presence with the main character. Okay, I see. Mion looked over her shoulders as we made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up.
いっけね。
Let me see something. Something's weird. Okay.
今日おじさんの手伝いの日だ。悪いみんな、今日なし。
This is the start.
おじさんの手伝い？柄にもなく高校なやつだな。
悪い悪い。
I think the anime covered the first 2 games, I think.
ほんとすっかり忘れてた。じゃあごめんねみんな。
So I'm really excited to play like the other, what, 7 or 8 games they have.
今日はおじさんこれで帰るわ。
Mion left us with that and rushed off to the exit after snatching up her bag.
みーちゃんね、たまに街にあるおじさんのお店の手伝いに行くんだよ。
The anime completes the whole game? Really? That disappoints me. That better not be true. I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff. But they also have manga too. But I heard the manga is like a little bit different.
バイト代が出ると言ってましたですわ。結構なお小遣いになるらしいですの。
I see. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there?
しかしそれはアルバイトというんじゃないのか？校則で禁止されてないか？
家事手伝いは除くと書いてありますです。
Household chores? Chores. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today? I don't understand schools banning part-time jobs because like we gotta make money somehow. The school's not paying us, and like sometimes our parents don't, you know, give us what we want, so we need needs.
じゃあ今日はこれで解散かな。
別に部長不在でもいいだろう。やろうぜ部活。
The anime is a good horror anime, but from the visual novel readers, it doesn't do the story, especially the characters, much justice. I like both so far. The anime has a small place in my heart because it introduced me to like psychological anime, like Future Diaries, and well, Future Diaries is probably the only thing I can think of. Oh, Elephant Lied, and a whole bunch of others. But I've been reading mainly mangas now. I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from that ever-growing pile of games.
お、あったあった。昨日の推理ゲーム。
I need to finish Future Diary. That's been a while for that one too. I finished the anime of Elfen Light, but I haven't read the manga. But I really do want to find out what's happening in that manga.
ようやくコツが分かってきたところで中断しちゃったからな。
Oh, Steins Gate. I never saw the anime Steins Gate. I played the game first because I felt like the game would give me more information since it's a visual novel game, and it did not disappoint me. Like I played all the endings and got the true ending in Steins Gate, and the game is so good. I am gonna watch the anime to see the difference between it, but it's so good. Oh, same thing with I'll say Danganronpa counts as that too. I love it. Danganronpa is so good. I can't wait to play the other scientific games like Chaos Head and Robotics Note. At the very least, I wanted to repay Satoko for what she did during the afternoon break.
私は構いませんけど。
Oh, also Yumeneko. I love Yumeneko. Yumeneko is so good. The same creators who made Higurashi. I love Battler and I love Beatrice. That needs some recognition. The anime does a really good adapting everything. It just doesn't do the alternate rows, just to mean. Oh, okay, yeah. The alternate, the other endings are so good, but I understand them not adapting it because some of the other endings are pretty crazy. But I don't know. It's an anime, so you know. It'll probably be confusing if they try to do it, but it does make sense if you play the game. It takes like a lot of it takes like something to get used to, piece everything together. Oh my gosh, I love Yumeko.
レナさんとリカはどういたします？ケイチ君がどうしてもって言うならちょっとだけいいかな。
The Shizuha route was crazy because like because Okabe was being low-key weird. He was going a little bit crazy. Like he was like saying like some crazy stuff that I can't say because of TOS reasons.
僕はみんなが揃っての方がいいなと思いますです。
Hey, don't say it, but are you talking about when they went to the convention and they were riding their bikes like for like how many times now, and then Okabe was just saying some crazy stuff? When she says it like that,
部活がないなら僕はお買い物に行きたかったのです。
Not everybody wants to play card games. Okay, we're both thinking the same thing because I was like, Okabe, are you crazy? And I was like, and the fact that I was like thinking in my head, like, can I read this? Because I'm like on stream, like, like he wanted it to be over so badly, like, but like, oh my god, I was like, stop. Oh, and that the one word he said, I was like, whoa, I did not expect him to say that. But you know, I'm glad that was over because like he was suffering in there.
お醤油とかを買いに行きますですよ。
I did like what was what's that person name again? Luca. The Luca route, I found it pretty interesting because Lukako had a crush on Okabe, but he was a guy, but he wanted to be a girl. I found it kind of cute and interesting. I like the Ferris one too. In my mind, I just laughed because she's a good kid who has to be tried anything. She really would. She's about that. She's been trained for it.
そうでしたわね。
Yeah, let's not do club activities. That's boring. Let's go shopping like Rika said.
すっかり忘れてましたわ。なら、レナも久しぶりに宝探しに行こうかな。
Yes, me. What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities? Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. You guys do some boring stuff in this club activity. It's not interesting as me as a reader. I'm glad they stopped that. If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I had a trick up my sleeve. Oh well, I'll give up this time.
ちぇ、このゲーム楽しみにしていたのにな。
I shuffled through the cards as if I was still caught up on it.
またの機会に叩きのめして差し上げましたよ。
Sound trashing. I'll always believe Beatrice and ReZero was inspiration from you and Echo. Everybody keeps talking about ReZero. Do I have to watch ReZero? I'm trying to find a new I was thinking about Beatrice. She does not what? Beatrice? I don't know. She ain't giving my queen. She's a witch, but she's not giving Beatrice vibes.
Hmm. 犯人はサトコ。凶器はピストル。やはり貴様の仕業だったか。
なんですって？
Maybe I should have watched ReZero. I was thinking about binging Demon Slayer from season 1 to the season 5. Everybody keeps talking about ReZero and Fate, and like, should I watch that shows? Cause like after this stream, I'm gonna like watch something. I don't know which yet. I'm thinking about Demon Slayer. Watch it once and for all. See what's the hype about. Just a name. Of course.
じゃあ
Satoko looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me.
犯人はケイチ。凶器はロープで、犯行現場はラウンジですわ。
ロープなんかいらねえ。このまま絞め殺してやら。
That sounds crazy.
いやー、ケイチさんの毛玉な。
Phew. Well, I guess it's good that I got that out of my system. Bro.
ケイチさん、覚えてらっしゃい。
You stay making her cry like this.
いっぱいいっぱいいたぶられましたですね。
What is that supposed to mean?
かわいそうです。かい。
Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. So I suddenly paused. They were just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. The music stopped. Here we go. Let me put my headphones up. I'm ready for this. Oh, the music did not change. Rena, Satoko, Rika, Keiichi, Mion, Satoshi. Another name. I forgot. I completely forgot about Satoshi. I forgot his story. Satoshi. Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least every card besides this one has the name of a club member. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in this class named Satoshi? I couldn't find anyone named Satoshi on the class roster stuck up on the wall.
ケイチくん、早く片付けよ
Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Sadako and Rika-chan had already headed merely for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave.
レナ、やっぱりこのクラスからも転校で出て行っちゃった生徒って結構いるんだろ？
I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Just tell her straight up. Just chill. Rena made a troubled face and then answer.
う。ひなみざわって田舎でしょ。転校していっちゃう人も時々いるよ。
じゃあこのサトシってやつも転校してったのか？
ごめん、よく知らないの。
There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate. Wow.
その
Suspicious?
意地悪で言ってるんじゃないの。ちょうど去年レナが転校してきてから入れ替わりだったかな。
Okay. I miss Satoshi, Keiichi, and Satoshi together would be a hilarious dynamic. I don't remember much of him. All I remember about him is that he's Satoko's brother. That's all I know about him. I don't remember anything else.
だからあんまりお話ししたことないの。
Okay, that's valid.
ごめんね。
That's valid. That's a valid thing to say to get out of a situation. I am not sure. Sorry. Her answer was like a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secret from their friends, do they? Though I do appreciate that they kept that unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them, right? Together in unity. That's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment, I wonder what kind of face I was making just then, with these mixed feelings of sadness and annoyance.
ケイチくん、怖い顔してる。なんでだろう。
Oh, you think this is a scary face? Yep, the feeling. Yes, that's the word. Whatever, I can't say it. It was probably exactly the kind of face Rena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her. Who cares?
ごめん。
Oh my gosh. Ugh, my feet hurts.
今日の部活楽しみにしてたからさ。残念だっただけだよ。
I wrestled Rena's hair.
帰ろうぜ。
Dragging that awkward move with us, we headed home. Screw this friendship. We're going to get to the bottom of this truth. Oh yeah, Shiki. I remember that anime. Nice anime. Sad ending though. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I didn't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry.
ケイチ君、疲れてるのかなかな
I'm done with you. Rena timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made the situation even more unsettling.
そうか？
うん。今朝からケイチ君、なんだか元気ないよ。風邪かな
Physically, I was pretty sure I was in perfect health. It may not seem like it, but I had perfect attendance since elementary school. Wow. Rena continued on since I didn't give her an answer.
きっとケイチ君、引っ越しの疲れが今になってきたんだよ。前に住んでたところとは全然違うところだもん。いろいろ慣れたり覚えたり、疲れて当然だよ。
そうなのかな？
うん、絶対にそうだよ。レナも最初そうだったから。わかるんだよ。だよ。
You know what? I wonder if Rena also experienced a slight bit of alienation, alienation last year that I was feeling right now. Thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt.
レナがHinamizawaに転校してきた時の話が聞きたいな。
I felt the same way, but as I went in the series, it was always a tragedy seeing the friendship be destroyed. And Higurashi? In this? Nah. It was meant to be happen. It was their fate.
どんなだった？
Honestly, I enjoyed it. Some of them, oh, I don't know. I don't like the, I can't say it, you know. I like the, yeah, I like the horror. I would say the people who are probably the craziest were probably Mion and Rena. Mion and Rena kind of went crazy first season. And then Rika came in and I was like, whoa. Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened.
ケイチ君と同じだよ。人の名前も村の中も全然みーちゃんとかが親切にしてくれたから全然寂しくなかったけど、やっぱり心細かったよ。
Ah, okay. I see. Hey, Rosie. Yes, I'm playing Higurashi. I love the anime so much. So I'm playing like the first game. The first game is free if you ever want to play it. First game is free. I think they have like 8. I think there's 8 games, but the first one is free for you. Great anime. Rena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintance and surprises, worries and good times.
じゃあ、レナもサトコにやられたのかよ。
うん。椅子に座ろうとしたら画鋲が置いてあったの。
What a bully.
どっさり。そしたらそれを
As a matter of fact, since Rosie's here. Can I do this? That's wrong. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh my gosh, another Higurashi fan. You should all if you don't know this one, I think you should check out Yume. Yume was such a good anime. It was by the creator who made Higurashi. Every time I keep saying the name. Oh my gosh, I keep thinking Ruben is making me self-cautious. Self-cautious. I get self-cautious now. I like to give shout out to my friend. Let me give a shout out to Rosie. Oh shit, that scared me. Whew. There we go.
懐かしいな。
ミオンの部活にはいつ頃誘われたんだ？早速初日にか？
最初は部活なんてなかったんだよ。途中からできたの。
That doesn't make any sense though. If the club was formed part way, then how did you not meet Satoshi? Cause like you were, if the club wasn't, if Satoshi's name was in the club, and you said that you didn't met Satoshi, but you said also when you came in the beginning the club wasn't made, so you didn't met Satoshi, so you're lying. I caught her in a lie. You'll keep this in mind.
放課後にみんなで残ってゲーム大会をやろうって言い出して。
She's lying.
そういえばミオン初代部長とか言ってたっけな。
No, I caught her in this. I love mystery stuff. It gets my deduction going. I need to play Phoenix right.
納得。
内緒だけどね、みーちゃん最初は弱かったんだよ。全然勝てなかった。
ミオンが？
And then she started cheating. That's how she wins.
ちょっと想像つかないぞ。
自分で言い出した罰ゲーム、ほとんど自分でやってたんだよ。
You know what game I really want to play though? I low-key want to play the new Resident Evil game, but you know, I have too many games to be playing that yet. And I gotta avoid spoilers as much as possible. You think this cute girl would lie? Honestly, yeah. I see many cute girls like her lie to my face. I think, what was her name again? I think Yuno's a perfect example of a cute girl. Wait, I don't think Yuno ever lied to us. I think she was just obsessed with the main character because she's a yandere. But Rena has some secrets. Honestly, if I didn't watch this anime, I wouldn't I would believe her.
本当に内緒だからね。
I can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used to use any means necessary to win during the time. Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty.
みーちゃん以外ともちょっとずつお友達になれて。でも、
But yeah, what?
ケイチくんが引っ越してきてからかな。ようやくここに馴染めたって自覚したのは。
I guess Rena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'll be considered one of them.
俺はいつになったら仲間だと認めてもらえるんだろうな。
なんて言ったの？
あ、いや、ごめん。独り言。
ケイチくん変なの。
Rena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. Then, after making up my mind, I spoke.
なあ、レナ。みんなは俺に嘘や隠し事なんかしてないよな。
してないよ、全然。
嘘だろ。
Yes, press her! Rena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense.
どういう意味だろう。
Don't do that.
ケイチくん。
her tone was still the same cheery and lighthearted one as before.
してるよな。
She is.
俺に隠し事を。
After understanding what I meant, her expression grew even more intense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. Don't regret it. Own it. You gotta get this out of her. But she came back at me in a way I didn't expect.
じゃあさ、ケイチくん。
I did not expect that. I thought she was gonna keep on crying. Okay. Good thumbnail picture. The game is, the game is getting intense. I think it's time to change the settings a bit in this game. Maybe here. What does she look like when she makes that expression? She looks weird and... Wait, no, she looks good in this one. Hold up. What about the OG? She still looks the same in the OG. I don't like that. No, we need a tense scene. Yeah, keep that. I don't know, I like this one now. Okay, let's keep this for now. Okay. Okay, Rena.
ケイチくんこそ、レナたちに嘘や隠し事をしてないかな。
I'm getting scared. Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Rena. Without her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe this was the same Rena.
してないかな。
Dang, look at the way she's looking at Keiichi. She said, I'm gonna F you up if you said the wrong thing. Ugh.
嘘や隠し事してないかな。
Finally, some CG. You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked at it as if she did. The incident with Tomitake-san and how I felt alienated from the group, even without having to think about it, there were things I knew that I felt guilty about. But I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitake-san, to be considerate. I was keeping it a secret just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. Then, aren't we even? Right?
してないよ。嘘も隠し事も。
嘘だよ。
Her answer was intense and it shook me. Oh, okay. Rena stared as if barring through me. Barring? Boring? Watching me. Like a hawk.
どうして嘘だって。
ケイチくん、昨日の部活の時、先生に呼ばれて職員室に行ってたって言ったよね。
Yeah?
レナは知ってるよ。ケイチくんは職員室になんか行かなかった。
How do you know I didn't go? I swallow hard. Think about your answer. Right? Things are gonna go down now. I've been waiting for this. It clearly wasn't a bluff. She knew what happened.
先生はお客さんが来たって言ったんだよね。
Why would the teacher snitch on me? Why would she tell my business like that?
でも、昇降口ではお話ししてなかった。校門のところの車の中で話をしてたよね。
How does she know it's a car?
知らないおじさんと。
What? Rena knew everything. She knew that I was called out by Oyashi-san and that I heard about the incident with Tomitake-san as well. She did know all of it.
誰？あのおじさん。
I'm not telling you.
知らない人だよ。
知らない人がなんでケイチ君に用があるの？
None of your business.
俺が知りたいよ。
じゃあ何の話をしていたの？
I'm not telling you, Jack.
みんなとは関係のない話だよ。
Right? It was a lie.
嘘だ！
Oh my god! Oh, she got louder. Who's she yelling at? Keiichi, it's time to. It's time. He's like, why is she yelling so loud? But that was a crazy scream. That kind of scared me. It's so late at night. Rena's scream echoed through the trees. Oh my gosh, this was scary in the anime when she did that. Let me see if I can bring it. Let me see if I can find that clip. Bruh. Give me a moment. Was that the clip? Is that the clip? Oh yeah, this is a clip. Yeah.
Dance is more than just
you know. Oh wait, I muted it.
嘘だよ嘘だ嘘だよ嘘だよ嘘だ嘘だ
So iconic. I know Keiichi's scared. I know he's gonna think about that when he sleeps. I couldn't exhale the deep breath I had just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. I was here. I first realized the person in front of me, she wasn't Rena Rugu. Oh my god. Then, who was it that was standing before me now? Who had assumed Rena Rugu's appearance? I had held my breath for so long I could feel myself suffocating.
Ne?
And then she made a facial expression that the Rena normally have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It chilled me to the bone. Ooh. Oh, she's not playing. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. You better back away. You better back away, Keiichi. It wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Rena's face was going to chew my nose off. I cowered as I imagined that. Speaking of chewing nose off, and when I was in high school, I heard there was like something in the news about how there was like a music festival going on and a homeless person was on some drugs and this lady was trying to help him and he bit her face off. And that was like so insane. Like he took he went like he chomped her face. And then he ripped the skin off her. Like, how hard do you have to like chomp on somebody's face to rip their nose off? Like, that's so insane, and that was so scary to me. I don't like that look. Better start running. Yep, he better. Yeah, this is the part where Keiichi gets all paranoid, and then he starts doing some drastic measures. Hello, Mixed Maxter. I cowered as I imagined that. Keiichi, what are you doing still entertaining this? Then she smirked as if she was able to see right through me.
ケイイチ君に内緒や隠し事があるようにレナたちにだってあるんだよ
Okay, take your secrets. It was Rena's usual smile, but her eyes were still like that of a hawk. Bringing her face close enough to mine is to almost bump into my nose. She kindly persuaded me. Persuade you for what? I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looks like Rena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing that she could hear the sound of me swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long, empty silence, she finally spoke. What did she say? Hi!
だいぶ涼しくなってきたよ
You're still going home with her after that? It was Rena again. smiling at me once more. She started walking as if nothing at all had happened. When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me and I slumped into the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Rena was out of sight.
あれは誰だったんだよ。
Was that real? Like, Keiichi is saying, like, that's a demon, but it's like, is that really a demon? Or was that just, like, Rena being psycho? I don't know if they explain that. I don't know if they explain that in the anime. I don't remember that. But there is some paranormal stuff going on in the anime, so maybe it's true. I don't know. I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought and ask myself once again. Yeah, sweat. Who was that person who looked like Rena Rugu? Oh, we finished a chapter. Oh, never mind. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly in space. Was I terrified from Rena going off on me? Or halfway in the chapter? No, that's not right. There was someone else who looked like Rena. Then who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that there was someone else, not Rena, so tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. Comforting? I concluded that I should just calm down and clear my head. Though those thoughts continued swirling around my mind, finally I returned to my sense as I heard my mother calling out to me from bottom of the stairs.
Keiichi! 本屋さんから電話よ!
The bookstore? Right? Can't think of why they would be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway.
夜分遅くに申し訳ありません。
Oh, nice cover.
私、沖宮書房の大石と申します。
Okinomiya.
大石さん？大石さんじゃないですか。
ごめんなさい。ご両親が出られたので、本屋さんということにしておきました。警察ですって名乗ると、いろいろ気分を害されるでしょうしね。
True, that was smart. W police officer thinking with his brains. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Even so, I don't even want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed back to my room on the second floor. Oh yeah, I forgot. People back then had these type of phones, like in the house. They had like house phones. They didn't have like cell phones like with them on them like that.
夜分遅くにすみませんですね。実は昨日渡した電話番号のメモ、あれ古い番号だったんです。
I said late at night. It's like morning time, but I'm hearing cicadas, so it must be nighttime. I want to change the settings because like, why is it still morning in the game like that? Ugh. Why is your lights on, bro? Ugh. I like the way he hangs his clothes. I like that.
本当に申し訳ない。これから申し上げる番号を控えておいてもらえますか。
あ、はい。どうぞ。
He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up.
さて、どうでしょう、前原さん。何か変わったことはありましたか。
Oh yes, something strange did happen. My friend is possessed by demons. Please exorcise this girl. Wait, I said exercise or no, it's exorcist. I see. This was the real reason. I do that too. Like, I like to do small talk before I get to the real reason because, you know, I want to sweeten it up so I don't go directly into the conversation. You know, so I don't seem like I'm being pushy or whatever. He really beat around the bush there. His old conversational skills left me slack jaw. Right. Beat around the bush. That's...
大石さんはここの地元の方ですか？
ええ、そうです。生まれも育ちも沖宮ですよ。
Oh, you were born in here. Whoa. If he's from around here, he might know.
大石さん、鬼隠しって何のことか知ってますか？
それはですね、人が鬼にさらわれ、忽然といなくなってしまうことなんです。このあたり独特の言い回しですね。世間様で言う神隠しと同じ意味です。
Whereas my friends would say they didn't know when I asked it. This older man gave me a direct answer. Thank you. It made me a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide anything.
Hinamizawa は、前原さんにこんなこと言っていいんでしょうか。
Maebara. That was Maebara.
もったいぶらないでくださいよ。大石さんが言わないなら、俺も何も言いませんよ。
ああ、いやいや、そういう意味じゃないんですよ。ただその気を悪くされないかと思いましてね。
Make you feel bad?
実はですね、hinamizawaはその昔、鬼の住む里って呼ばれて恐れられていたんですよ。
It's a good thing they didn't use the real village name because, like, I would be scared to step foot in that place.
鬼？鬼って地獄にいる金棒を持った
というよりは人食い鬼ですな。
Humans eating monsters?
里に降りてきて人をさらって食い散らかしてしまう。なんて怖い昔話があるんですよ。
Demons snatching up people is what this Onikakashu really means?
たたりと鬼隠しは一緒に起こるって言ってましたけど、どういうことですか？
I already knew about this, but the mysterious stuff happening 5 years in a row. But I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years.
たたりと鬼隠しが必ず一緒に？それは初めて聞きました。
This is the work of a human trying to bring up the curse or something.
そうなんですか、前原さん。
それは俺が聞きたいですよ。レナとミオンが話してたんです。お社様のたたりなら必ずたたりと鬼隠しが起こるって。
Oishi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver? What? Maybe something about that came to mind.
前原さん、最初の事件ご存知ですよね。バラバラ殺人。
ええ、6人の犯人のうち1人はまだ逃走中なんですよね。
The anime answer everything? Dang, I don't remember. How do I not remember it? Maybe my middle school mind did not retain the information and just remember all the blood and gore and just kept that.
例えばそれ、逃走中じゃなく鬼隠しにあったんじゃないでしょうかね。
Yeah, I do not remember them explaining anything like that. All I remember was Rena being crazy, Mion being crazy, Shion being crazy, Rika being crazy, and yeah, and then I remember pretty much all the deaths that happened in the show. Don't remember much about the storyline, but do you remember the deaths? Okay, what he said, hypothetically, what if he isn't on the run but was demon away? What? That's what I'm seeing. What does he talk about? It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They stalked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a hint of where he might be. Unless the police were completely incompetent, probably. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off.
じゃあその翌年の事故はどうです？誘致派の男と妻が一緒に事故死したんですよね。
実はですね、正式には事故死したのは夫だけなんです。妻は死体が上がりませんでしたから。
What?
現行法では死体が発見されない限り行方不明扱いなんです。
At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch off the main streams of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end, they weren't able to find her body.
でも死体が見つからないだけで亡くなったんですよね。
Probably.
鬼隠しとは違うんじゃないですか？
死体が出ない以上亡くなったとは言えません。法律で定めた年月が過ぎるまで生存扱いなんです。
That's interesting information. I'm not sure if it was right to call that being demon away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality.
3年目はどうなんですか？
I looked on now, and a lot of reviews were saying season 2 was not as good because the horror and violence from season 1 was... Yeah, there wasn't that much horror in season 2. They were talking a lot in season 2, that's what I remember. And there's like a lot of paranormal stuff, I think. That's all I remember. I don't really remember season 2 that much.
神主は病死、妻は自殺ですよ。
前原さん、実はね、これも全く同じなんですよ。
So the priest died, but the wife is missing? The wife has supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless swamp deep in the forest around Hinamizawa, meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note, my god, in front of the swamp. A diver was able to recover a few of her articles, but they weren't able to find a body. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and was still alive somewhere.
これらを鬼隠しと呼んでいいかちょっとわかりませんがね。前原さんの言う通り、確かに毎年一人行方不明になっています。
So somebody does go missing. So this year, Tomitake-san died, and then the nurse, she got demon away. Yeah. I need to rewatch it. I need to rewatch season 1 and 2. That's just it. I feel like since I'm a grown adult now, I feel like I might understand a bit what's gonna go to happen.
今年の事件では富武さんの連れの女の人が行方不明。
But at the same time, I'm playing the game, so maybe the game will just conclude it for me.
じゃあ去年の主婦の撲殺事件はどうです？
The housewife beaten to death?
誰か行方不明になりましたか？確か犯人は逮捕されたんですよね。
ええ、逮捕されてます。以前に逮捕歴もあるやつでしてね。
Wait, I think I know who they're talking about. Wait, housewife beaten to death? Neurotics abuse? Are they talking about Rena's dad? Well, not her dad, but like the housewife. Aren't they talking about Rena's quote unquote stepmom who was like trying to like mess with her dad, and he was also with a like a weird thug like guy? I remember Rena killed her. And that's the problem. Season 2 was much closer to the tone of the visual novel than season 1 was. Oh, I like season 1 because of the violence. Because, you know, in middle school, I was a fan of action stuff. I was like watching stuff like Soul Eater and, you know, Soul Eater, Full Metal Alchemist, a whole bunch of stuff. I wasn't looking to stay around and deal information like those.
別件で取り調べ中に犯行を自供してます。ですがですね、犯人逮捕からしばらくして被害者宅の子供が行方不明になったんです。
Okay, I mean, maybe I'm thinking about the wrong person. I don't know. This seems like it fits into it. But now they're saying a child was vanished from the victim's home.
犯罪に巻き込まれたのかどうなのか、現在も捜査してます。
だって犯人は捕まったんですよね。それともその仲間が？さ
あ、多分単独犯だと思います。もっとも 今では確かめようもないんですよ。実はその男、取り調べ中に拘置所内でお亡くなりになっちゃいまし
He
て。
died in his cell. Of course. I swallowed a spork and choked to death. A spork? It's not known whether it was an accident or
つ
suicide.
まり過去5年間必ず死者と行方不明者が一人ずつ出ているわけなんですよね。
Somebody's keeping this tradition. Somebody's doing this.
そうなります。いえね、私も驚いていますよ。
This is done by human.
こんな共通項には気づきませんでした。
I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing, of those incidents. It was just something they had in common.
例えば鬼隠しにあって失踪した人には何か共通点があるとか。
What was it? Oishi saw him mumble as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the event.
1年目はダムの作業員、2年目は誘致派の男の妻、3年目は神主の妻、
Wife.
4年目は被害者宅の子供で、5年目は交際相手かな。
Victim's family child and the victim's girlfriend.
特につながりはなさそうだし。
1年目はともかく、妻とか交際相手とか、そういう人が目立ちますな。
It does seem like are a lot. Then that means the 4th year victim child was different. It would have been really stood out if they were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomitake-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved it, if I recall correctly. What?
4年目に行方不明になった子供ってどんなだったんですか？
おとなしい感じの方だったらしいです。
Mature?
年はあなたの一つ上です。
Satoshi!
名前は北条聡さん。
Satoko's brother.
え？サトシ？
Yeah, that's understandable, but that's what visual novel readers hated about the anime. The visual novel had a story to tell and emotional moments, which season 1 was not interested in. Yeah. I remember that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year? They lied again.
あなたの学校に去年まで通っていました。話を聞いていませんか？
They never do. Come to think of it, when I transfer in, I believe they said that my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. Then where I sat once belonged to the one who was demon away? It was his seat? I recall the cold sensation that came from the death. It made my hair stand on end. Oh, they're plotting on you. This strain of mysterious death. No, Oyashiro-sama cursed. I now knew how it could connect to me. That chilling sensation. It was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck. Ew.
お社様のたたりか。
Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it. And I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by man and not the work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed it. No, the more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually, I reached the point where I learned something I really should have known. To either be known the wiser or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution could only be delayed for 1 year. Might as well fight. That was when I remember. Rena. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse.
竜宮レナさんがですか？去年転校されてきた前原さんのクラスメートですよね。
I see. Okay, I see those comparisons. think I'm playing the game.
女の子には刺激の強い事件ばかりです。
Yeah, you should have saw her this afternoon. She turned crazy.
怖がるのも無理ないんじゃないでしょうかね。
She don't look scared to me. It wasn't that. She said it might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it.
もっと確信じみたものだったように思います。なんていうのか、その。
She was frightened. Her sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Rena, but wasn't Rena. That might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Rena today came back to me.
そうですか。では、こちらでも少し調べてみます。前原さんも少しリュウグさんの様子に注意してあげてください。
Yeah, this is gonna be the start of our downfall.
それは、レナを見張れってことですか？
そんな意味ではありませんよ、前原さん。お友達が次の被害者にならないよう、少し気にしてあげてほしいということです。
At that moment, just as my mouth was agape because I was so impressed with his mature, clever way with words. Oh my god! That scared me. A sudden knock at the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver.
ケイチ、ちょっとここを開けてくれ。
I'm literally what? Upstairs? On the other side of the door, I heard my father oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? It's so late.
すみません、親父が来ました。今夜はこれくらいでいいですか？
ええ、夜分遅くに本当に申し訳ありませんでしたね。
Why couldn't my dad answer it? Like, I don't know. My parents always told me never to enter the door without them present. And like, you're telling me the dad wants him to enter the door. I guess he's really trusting of these villagers.
何か分かりましたら教えてください。こちらも進展がありましたらご報告しますよ。
Even in high school, my parents would be the first one to open the door. They wouldn't allow us to look out the window or look at the people. Well, maybe look at the people, but like we wouldn't be answering the doors for anybody, just in case.
では失礼します。
ケイチ、早く開けてくれ。
Man, shut the F up! God! You scared me. This first game is just a more straightforward, creepy horror and mystery. Characters don't get expected until chapter later. Oh, explored it. Oh, okay.
父さん、両手が塞がってるんだ。
What is Dad doing? Right? I had stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time, so my joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On the tray, cookies and 2 cups of black tea, a fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slice on the side, everything you could ask for. This was quite the show of hospitality.
何父さん。
What is he doing?
それ、何のつもりだよ。
もう、はぐらかすなよ、ケイチ。入るぞ。
What do you mean? Dad was in high spirit and had a smirk on his face. But for my entire life, I never seen him act this hospital. What had gotten into him?
で、何の話をしてたんだ？
None of your business. I jumped. It's not something I had to keep from my father. But how could I explain to him I was talking to a detective? I'm assuming he was this late at night.
別に何も。
Why does the dad think I was talking to a girl when literally he answered the phone for me and... Or was that the mom who answered the phone and said Keiichi's from the bookstore because like... Question mark? No one gives a F about knocking on doors in my family. People just walk in. That's scary. No. I got trauma from people knocking on doors. Like when I was a kid, like there's like a neighborhood fight going on, and like every time I hear the door knock, I would just hide like behind the couch. Cause like I remember a brick was thrown through our window. Freaked me out as a kid. And plus like what freaked me out even more was that like our parents had to like go outside and take care of it. Because like there was like so much going on in the neighborhood during that time in nighttime, my siblings were like scared, and then like even though I was scared, I had to like protect them, and like ugh, it was such a scary scene. But like yeah, our parents don't let us touch that. Don't let us near the door. But we're adults now, so we gotta do it. I mean, it's different now as we get older.
友達だよ。
電話の話じゃなくて来てたんだろう今。
What?
レナちゃんが。
Rena? How the music changed?
来てないよ。
もうごまかさなくたっていいぞ。
Dad, you're weird. Get away from me.
さっきレナちゃんが遊びに来てたじゃないか。
Play. She was near the door. She heard the conversation. I remember that.
だいぶ話し込んでるみたいだったからお茶でもって思ったらすれ違いだったんだよ。
Dad, you allowed her in this house without telling me? I had no idea what Dad was talking about, but a cold sweat dripped down my back.
どのくらい話し込んでたかな。
レナちゃんが2階に上がったのが半くらいだったから
An
1 時
hour?
間くらいかな。
She heard our conversation for an hour? It's over. Keiichi, you better back up.
2階に上がったの父さん見たの？
ああ見たよ。
Weird that she didn't say anything and she just spied on us, hearing our conversation. Oh, Keiichi? Oh, he's trying to do something? Oh, he's talking to a detective? Bet we're gonna get him. We're gonna jump him. Just like we did Tomitake.
ケイイチの部屋は階段を上がって奥の扉だよって声もかけた。
Rena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the second floor. I probably didn't hear him because I was so focused on my conversation with Oishi-san. I didn't reply, but he knew I was in my room, so he had her come inside. Then told her my room was on the second floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. She passed by my dad just as he was bringing up tea and left. She came upstairs and about an hour passed. Then passed by my dad and returned home. Then after she came upstairs, and until she left, where was Rena? There's only a short hallway between my room and the stairs, meaning Rena had, for about an hour, in the hall. No, she couldn't have been standing in front of the door all that time. The door in my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything from being said inside. All the unsettling and unguarded things I spoke to Oishi-san about began rushing through my head.
お父さん、あまりからかっちゃダメよ。
That's scary.
それよりアトリエを片付けて。またこぼすわよ。
Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle? I followed my dad out of the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the doorway where Rena might have stood all the time. Just now, as I was talking to Oishi-san, with my back turned, Rena was standing in a mirror 6 feet away the whole time? Duh! That's so creepy! All that time in this dimly lit doorway? What did she see? What did she hear? Why are you guys better not ruin my CG. For what reason? Oh, they didn't give it to me. That's so creepy. As the steam from the 2 teacup anonymously wafted and twisted, the aroma of the black tea filled my room. GG. This chapter is long. Notice from the police chief. Might just do 2 chapters instead of 3. I don't know. Oh, I got a trophy. It says lie to Rena. Lies! That is so creepy. Where's my CG? July 1st, 1982. Wow. 80s. Mom and Dad, I want to move back to the city. For real. Take me to the next bus over. To Department 1 through 12. Prefectural Police Headquarters. Director General. To the Chief Constable and all facility managers. Regarding cases situated in the Hinamizawa village, notice. As cases in Shishibone City, Hinamizawa village has been reported by a certain section of mass media. It has drawn global attention, which is causing serious repercussions for the local residents. This has become a very serious situation. To protect the livelihood and prosperity of the village residents, the following notice has been issued. 1. Designate the following criminal investigation as classified. Okinomiya Station, 1982 case number. Hinamizawa village housewife murder. Okinomiya Station, 1892 case number. Hinamizawa village student disappearance. 2. Non-disclosure of information. Okinomiya Station, 1979 case number. My god. Hinamizawa's village site, foreman murder. Shira Station, 1980 case number. Shirakawa Natural Park falling incident. Okinomiya Station, 1981 case number. Hinamizawa's village Shinto priest wife disappearance. 3. Requesting self-restraint from each organization concerning the release of sensitive information. Please see attached reference number 1, 2, and 3. Management, Prefectural Police Headquarters. Internal line. Police Affairs Department. That's long. Also, did you guys hear that DVD has a new map? It's the for the K-pop demon for the K-pop hunter. The K-pop killer. It looks really cool. Nice city. Chapter 9 now. A what? The map! Dead by Daylight? They got a new map. Based upon the K-pop killer. It was called Trickster. I don't get CG! Where's the CG art thing? Onikakashu day 11? Whoa. Okay. Day 12. I just gotta know. I'm so confused. I need to know. How many chapters are in this game? This is that now. You gonna buy and play the others? Thinking about it. Either I play the second game after I finish this, or I get the rest of the endings in Steingate 0. Or I was thinking about playing Naruto, to be honest, or Style Skyby, a DS game. But I don't know, I'm thinking still. But either, if not, I'll just play the second game. Weariness and headache. Not a very nice way to start the day. It's really not. You must be stressed out your mind.
どうしたの?
It's 98-0, yeah. Science Day 0 is not so bad, but I do like the first game. More. It had like the art. I love the art of the first game, and I enjoyed the characters. Second game was pretty good, but I was just a little bit sad what was going on a little bit, but it was pretty good, not bad. I got one of the endings though. I got the Dr. Langskin ending, and then I'm going to get, I think there's like 4 more endings I have to get, and then I can get the true ending. Oh, you watched the anime? Okay. I'm on this is chapter 9 of Steins Gate. So now 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 4 more chapters to go. 4 more chapters to go.
ケイチ、今朝は顔色悪いわよ。昨夜は何時に寝たの?
It seems that my mom had noticed my sullen state. Yes. Excuse me. Yesterday, I kept on waking up in the middle of the night. When I was out, I felt the presence of someone standing in front of my door. I told myself repeatedly that it was my imagination and forced myself to try and sleep. Except not being able to stand it, I gathered up my courage and opened the door. Yeah, I would understand. I would feel scared too, because like not only did your parents like not protect you from your life like that, like now you gotta like, you know, sleep with one eye open. Of course there wasn't anyone there. I think I did this 3 times throughout the night. Or maybe I just didn't remember doing it anytime more than that. The fact that your door does not have a lock, it's just a sliding door, it's just scary to be honest. Even though I was able to get to the breakfast table without incident, I still didn't feel at ease.
風邪かもしれない。なんだか食欲ないんだ。
あら、ちょっと熱あるんじゃない？どうする？学校行ける？
Technically, I did go to a school, but it was mostly self-study. It wouldn't matter much if I missed a day, would it? Stay home. Stay home and sleep. Because at least you know she's in school, right? It could have been that I hadn't been feeling well for the last few days because I really did have a cold. If I took some medicine and got a good day of rest, I might be able to greet everyone with a smile tomorrow. I like that, like optimism. Optimism. Ding dong. Oh, why did I say that? I didn't know there was gonna do a sound effect. Startled, I looked back and forth between the entrance and the clock. It was 10 minutes later than when I usually meet up with Rena. The fact that Rena still came to our house again after that. It was Rena.
レナちゃん迎えに来ちゃったけど、どうする？お休みする？
Yeah, Rena was a good girl. She might be somewhat quirky, but she was certainly cute. The lunches she made were delicious and she always looked out for me. Why should I be so scared of something like that? It wasn't Rena's fault. It was probably mine. The victim blaming himself. It had to have been my cold. It just had to be.
休む。ごめん。
じゃあ、母さんが断ってきてあげるわね。
How she feel like it's gonna be her fault, and then she's gonna try to be crazy. Mom headed off to the door. I would have to pass by the entrance to get back to my room. I didn't have the nerve to meet with Rena, so I wrapped myself in a blanket on the sofa and closed my eyes. I was so sleep deprived, I quickly fell into a deep slumber. Right, he is in a denial. Keiichi is so insane for that. But real too at the same time. I had only intended to lie down for a bit, but it was almost noon when I woke up. I called out to my parents, but they didn't seem to be around. On the table, I found lunch prepared and a note. Mom and Dad had apparently driven off to somewhere far away. Aw, man! It's likely it had to do with Dad's work. This happened every so often, so it wasn't that unusual. But they would be back for dinner, but might be a bit late. On the note it said, "The insurance card is in the cabinet, take it and go to the hospital." There was also a well-drawn map to the hospital. That's right. I hadn't been there before, so I didn't know exactly where it was. A sick person walking to the hospital? Oh no. I'd rather just sleep it off and just wait until my parents come back home. You guys can drive me over there. I had a light lunch, although it really was just leftover from the morning, and just in case, went to the hospital. Better than me, Keiichi. I would have thug it out and just Normally I'd never be here in the middle of a weekday. Just walking around like this had me feeling guilty. It was an odd feeling. Following my mom's map, I took a road I usually never used it. After walking for a bit, the hospital sign came into view. Irie Clinic was written rather stylish on the sign. Isn't that the person who went missing? The clinic wasn't very big, but based on the scale of the rest of Hinamizawa, it was far too grand. There was a parking lot and even a reserved spot for buses. They must be making a mint. A mint? Are you saying they're making money? I spaced out in the air conditioning waiting room until it was my turn to be seen.
前原さん、診察室へどうぞ。
Wow. Need some water. It's a nice clinic. After half-heartedly answering all the chatty doctor's questions, he responded with the old, "It's probably a cold." Yeah, no shit, I know it's a cold. Can you give me some medicine for this cold? They gave me a shot and 3 days worth of medicine. I thought it was a little overboard, but it would clear away the gloomy feeling I've been having lately. Then it was worth it. I settled the bill and took a quick trip to the washroom. As I was leaving, I overheard a conversation between some elderly women who seemed to be regulars at the clinic. Of course, I had no intention of eavesdropping, but you know, I got to. If it just weren't for that word. Wait. I'm remembering another messed up anime. School Days. Yeah. School Days was pretty messed up.
やっぱり鬼隠しかいね。
どうかね。まだまだ若い子だけゃ。駆け落ちかもしられん。どこの誰とよ。季節のたびに東京もんが来ちょったろ。
But he died.
でっけえカメラ持った若者が。あれと仲が良きゃったって話。知られへんの？
So, that means that they're dating? Were they talking about Tomitake-san? I could feel my ears perking up.
そら知らんけど。でも、普通駆け落ちっても仁義あるだろう。書き置きとか辞表とか書かんかいね。
True.
すったらんかかんから駆け落ち言うんね。わきゃ看護師さんの顔見られんようなるわ。サビ。
高野さんはしっかり者よ。どこへ行ってもやっていけろん。
Okay, W old man. So her name was Takano-san. That woman with Tomitake-san. And she worked at this clinic. Oyashiro-sama's shadow was following me everywhere I went. I started listening more closely, but they began talking about fishing, and it didn't seem like they were going to revisit the topic. I gave up and left. Thus, even though I was separated from the daily monotony of school, I wasn't able to escape from Oyashiro-sama's shadow. But of course, excuse me, Oyashiro-sama was the guardian deity of this place, of Hinamizawa. As long as I was in Hinamizawa, I wouldn't be able to escape. Maybe it was because I was walking outside, but my appetite has suddenly returned. I might as well buy a snack with a change from the examination fee on the way home. Contemplating that, I turned into a familiar street. At that moment, I heard a car horn abruptly honk behind me. Bro? Well, was I really walking so far into the middle of the road where I would be in a car's way? I moved further off to the side, but the horn was still honking at me. I turned around peeved. Bro, what do you want? Want to fight? Oh, hey.
こんにちは。
Hello. It was Oyashi-san. He stepped out of the car, AC on full blast, and waved at me.
今日はどうしたんです？
Nothing. I felt my life threatened, and I'm sick, and now I'm hungry. What's up with you?
学校はお休みですか？
ちょっと体調悪かったんで、今日は休みました。お昼を買って帰ろうとしてたところです。
そりゃよかった。実は私、お昼に行こうとしてたんですよ。ああ、お体に触るようでしたら構いませんよ。
Honestly, I would love a ride. I was going to lie down after going home anyway. And I didn't really have a cold.
地元の食堂だと嫌でしょう。
Bro, the doctor literally said you have a cold. I expect you rather avoid using one of those local places. Yep.
町まで行きましょう。
Town.
ちょっと走りますがよろしいですかな。私、おいしいお店知ってる
Yeah,
ん
let's
で
go to
すよ。
town. I finally begun to understand Oishi's roundabout way of saying things. He probably wanted to talk to me about stuff that would be difficult to discuss while in Hinamizawa. It really would. I went with Oishi-san riding in his frigate car. It was almost as if the bright sunlight outside was a lie.
ゆうべは遅くまですみませんでしたね。ご家族に怒られませんでしたか。
Quite the opposite.
いえ。
I recall Rena, who had been listening to the phone conversation all that time, separated from me by the door. Even now, in the brightness of the sunlight, the dots still creep me out. It still creep me out too. With a big bump that jolted the car, the road connecting to the city changed from dirt to pavement. My head swiveled back with a sudden realization. That's right. This was where Tomitake-san died. Oh god.
富武さんの捜査は暗礁に乗り上げています。
Oishi-san spoke while peering at me from the corner of his eye.
自分の爪で喉をかき破るという異常さから幻覚作用のある何らかの薬物によるものだと信じているのですが。
They say that, but like there was no drug found in his system. So how did that happen?
こういう症状、それも急激に引き起こす薬物はなかなかないらしいんです。もちろん検視解剖もそれを念頭に置いて十分に行ったのですが、手がかりはやはりありませんでした。
漫画なんかによくあるじゃないですか。体内に取り込まれると分解したりして証拠が何も残らないなんて、そんな薬。
That's a manga, Keiichi.
ありますよ。演歌作詞何でしたっけ。
Oh, so something like that does exist. Okay.
まあ、結構あります。
Man, not common enough because I didn't know.
でもですね、富武さんのような症状を引き起こす薬物にはそういうものはないそうなんですよ。
Had to stretch my back. I'm getting a little comfy.
じゃあ警察は富武さんはたたりで死んだってそう言うんですか。
I mean, they can't say that. I mean, what kind of report would that be? I couldn't help but feel that the police were worthless. I just wanted the idea of a curse to be disassociated from Tomitake-san's mysterious death.
悔しいですが、今のところは。ですが、死因はともかく、死ぬ前に何人かの人間に囲まれて暴行を受けたことだけは間違いありません。
So somebody beat him up and then drugged him and then he killed himself.
たたりでなく、人間が事件に関わっているのは疑いようがありませんよ。
Exactly. That made me a bit relieved. We're here to the city. We passed in front of the rather desolated but still busier than Hinamizawa train station. The car pulled into a restaurant parking lot and I followed Oishi-san into the shop. It was pretty crowded, but there were only adults at this hour. Of course, there wouldn't be children here in the middle of the weekday. Can you see something? Oh, that's what it looks like.
2名です。タバコは、我慢します。
Please.
こちらへどうぞ。ご注文がお決まりになりましたらお呼びください。
I find it interesting that they have seats for non-smokers and smokers. We were led by a particularly dressed waitress in our table. I sat with Oishi-san in the booth.
どうです
Keiichi mentioned this town being an hour bike ride from the village in the beginning. He did, but it's like, why go through all that effort? I don't know. It just seems like a lot. Like an hour bike ride just to go into town. Seems like a lot. When your parents have a car, they can just drive you there. And it'll probably take like, what, half that time? Even less?
このお店のウェイトレスさんの格好、可愛らしいと思いません
Get on with your business and stop telling me about these waitress.
まあそのどうでしょうね。
このお店ね、いっつも大人気なんですよ。お料理よりもウェイトレスさんがね。
ああ、大石さん、目がやらしいですよ。
Right? Get Jiraiya.
うん、そうですか
Oh, that's a cute menu. Wait, I didn't get it. Cute menu. 280 yen? That's so cheap. Better be worth that. Regardless of how the waitress looked, the food was decent enough. Of course it was. Finishing our meals while talking about some in-name topic, Oishi-san, after a meal cup of coffee, arrived at the table.
昨日、Hinamizawaの昔話が出ましたよね。
ええ、人食い鬼の里だって言われてたって話でしたっけ？
私もあんまり詳しい方じゃないので、うちのばあ様に今朝ちょっと聞いてみたんです。
Oishi-san took out the notepad that was stuffed into his breast pocket.
なんでもですね、大昔はHinamizawaは鬼ヶ淵って呼ばれてたんだそうです。
鬼ヶ淵、すごい名前ですね。
今でもその名前残ってるんですよ。神主の妻が受水自殺した沼の名前は今でも鬼ヶ淵というんです。沼の底の底は鬼たちの住む国とつながってると言われてたんだそうです。
Of course, nobody had told me anything about such an ominous swamp.
でですね、鬼ヶ淵は恐れられていたと同時に崇められてもいたんだそうです。
A respect born of fear. I guess you could say it was kind of a deification? A village of inhuman creatures.
鬼たちはある種の仙人でもあったらしいんですよ。
Okay, we're gonna pause right here because I gotta use the bathroom. Okay, I'll be right back. I feel so uncomfortable still. Okay, let's just keep going. What were we talking about again? The demons from Shinan something.
例えば不治の病にかかった村人を鬼ヶ淵に運んで治してもらったりとかしたんだそうです。
Even if we are calling them demons, Tengu, long-nosed goblins, or Senin would be a more apt description.
鬼って言ってもそんなに悪い人たちじゃないみたいですね。
You said these kids are more fit than you. Oh, excuse me. You said these kids are more fit than you. I mean, Keiichi's eating like desserts and stuff. But I mean, I would really want to eat some of those. It's so good.
でもそこはやっぱり人食い鬼らしいんです。ばあ様に聞いた昔話ではですね、息子を治療してもらった代償として連れてきた母親を食わせろとこうなるらしいんですよ。
息子を治療してもらった対価が自分ですか？それは怖いな。
It really is.
もちろん母親は息子を連れて逃げます。これをですね、鬼ヶ淵に住む村人鬼たちがですね、全員で追いかけて取り囲んで捕まえたんだそうです。
Uh-oh. An entire village, apparently. That's quite frightening thing to imagine. It really is. Ugh. Watch the anime Shiki, and I think I can envision that. I'm gonna turn something capable of riding an hour to town by bike. Oh yeah. No. I mean... Yeah. Yeah, no. I think I think the longest, well, I never biked anywhere before because like I don't know, I feel like it's scary to take a bike anywhere in my location. But like I think the longest walk I did was probably like I think 45 minutes or an hour because I had to go to the bank, and I went the wrong direction, and I ended up going somewhere further than I originally supposed to go to, and then I had to go back home, and it's like, wow, that took like a long time. The fact that it was hot outside made me so pissed off that I don't want to do this again. It's like, I don't know, I hate transportation like this.
結局母親も息子も捕まって食べられちゃったんだそうです。
Like I'm in my 20s and like this is not something I want to do. Like might as well just get a car.
おしまい。
Yeah, it was crazy. But it's over now.
その話矛盾がありますよ。
I think after that, after I moved to a new location, I had to do that like almost every day. Like, can you imagine your family moves to a new location and your job is so far away that it takes 3 bus rides? So you have to wake up 5 in the morning to get to an 8 o'clock shift. And then you have to walk like 40 minutes to the nearest bus stop. And then you have to spend like what 30 minutes or 45 minutes to the first one. Same thing with the second bus, and then the third one is longer, and then you get there and it's like 7:30, and then you have 30 minutes to get to work. 30 minutes to get to work, and then you walk I think 5 minutes to your job after the bus takes you to your last stop, and then you're at work for like what 5 hours, and now you gotta be in the bus for another 3 hours again, and then you end up going home like around 8 or 9, even though you finish your shift like at 4, and then you go home, walk for 45 minutes all the way to home, and then take a shower, You take a shower. You like what? Take a shower, change. It's like what, 20 minutes already, and then you're laying in bed, maybe 30 minutes to yourself. It's already like 11 p.m. now, and your whole day's gone. 5-hour shift, and you spent the whole day taking the bus, walking. Yeah, it was a nightmare. I did that for like half a year until my family moved because like this wasn't an ideal place for any of us because like we we don't have a because like we had a car and then we stopped and then the car was gone and then I was literally like probably one of the only people working and I couldn't just quit my job. I needed money and it sucked. That situation sucked it so bad. But then we moved and it was a little bit closer, but not really because like, and I mean, I went down to 2 bus to 3 bus. Hey, wait. Hey, Lena. Yeah, that was a nightmare that I do not wish to come back to. The countryside sucks so hard. So I was like very happy we finally got to get rid of it. Cause like where I lived originally, it was too expensive. So then we we had to move somewhere cheaper. And it was like I call it the countryside because like I see like animals a lot if you go deeper into like the city part. I mean not city part, but you know, in the location. And there's like everything is so far away. Like you need a car for everything. Like there's even people in the bus who has like mini scooters or something or mini bikes, and it's just crazy. And it's like, ugh, it's like the place affordable, but you need a car for everywhere. I'm so used to like walking around to get to my locations. Reading Higurashi must be a PTS trip. Nah. I will always love Higurashi. Higurashi could never hurt me. It's my escape.
当事者の2人が食べられちゃったんですから、その話が残るはずがありません。
Sucks that the mother ended up killing her son after all that.
ありゃ。昔話はこういうの多いですよね。
The fact that I still kept the job was honestly shocking itself. But like, it's so hard to get a new job. I mean, like, I used to like be done with the job within a year. But like, it's kind of hard to find jobs in that location. So I had to keep what I had already and just stuck it through. I didn't want to be broke in a cul-de-sac place. In contrast to the ghastly tale, Oyoshi-san laughed it heartily while sipping his coffee.
でもですね、他の昔話にも結構あるらしいんですよ。鬼ヶ淵の鬼たちが総出で獲物を捕まえに来るというのは。
Like what happened with TOMITAKE. I recall that Mion said all the villagers unite and fought against the dam construction. I saw similarities with how that part about unification overlapped.
鬼たちの獲物は常に一人で、しかも前もって決められているらしいんです。
え?
That caught my attention. Oyoshi-san also appeared to be pondering what it meant.
ばあ様が言うにはですね、鬼の狩りの時には絶対に邪魔をしてはいけない。
What? What should we not disturb the demon hunt?
家に閉じこもって布団をかぶってろって言うんです。
What if they get in your house?
つまりどういうことですか？
獲物の人を助けたり、かくまったりしてはいけないんだそうです。鬼の狩りを邪魔しない限り、村人には危害を加えない。
But how do you know whose the prey is?
そういうルールなんだそうです。
Basically, don't help the victims. Crazy. Pretend you don't see the atrocities, in other words. So be a bystander.
ルールを破ったらどうなるんです？
さあ、
何しろ人食い鬼ですからね。
Many parts of that tale caught my attention. Parts of the stories he told me overlapped with his theory that the entire village was in on the crime. Even if it wasn't the whole village, it was conceivable that the villagers were hiding under the covers and leaving them to die, when there were a group that was on their hunt, wasn't it? I didn't dare speak it.
じゃあ大石さんはやっぱり村ぐるみもしくは村人数人の犯行だと見てるんですね。
This has to be the work of humans.
前原さんはどう思います？ああ、すみません。コーヒーのおかわりいいですか？
That's what I wanted to know. It seemed that we were both waiting for the other to say the last part. He waited for the waitress to finish pouring coffee before speaking.
去年、サトシ君が失踪した頃から私は不審に感じていたんです。
Oishi-san muttered as he watched the milk swirled around in his coffee.
それで、サトシさんのお友達、つまり前原さんのお友達グループの皆さんをちょっぴりだけ、本当にちょっぴりだけですよ、調べさせてもらったんです。
If Oishi-san has said this to me before, I would have gotten angry at him for calling my friends into question. But as I was now, I couldn't.
とてもつまらない話になる。前原さんがつまらないと感じたらいつでもおっしゃってください。
No, it's not stupid. Keep going. Tell me the tea.
終わりにしますので。
Right, the bystanders fake emotion, just like that story. Like that story in New York, where like there was a murder happening and everybody heard it, but they thought somebody was gonna take care of it, and then it was just nobody did anything. It became a bystander. One person felt like the other person would do something, then the other person felt the same way, and it just kept going on and on until a domino effect of bystanders. Oishi-san was wearing the most serious expression that I have ever seen from him. It was as if he was telling me to prepare myself and listen. There were quite a few things I regretted hearing from Oishi-san, but none of them were as threatening as this. A little voice inside me was screaming like an alarm. Stop, Keiichi. This was probably the last one. I took a deep breath and silenced that voice. I would not run from the truth.
お願いします。
Yeah. That was all I could utter. Oishi-san stared into my eyes silently for a few moments. After he was certain I was ready, he began.
1年目の事件の被害者は現場の監督さんだったんですが、事件の数週間前に園崎美音さんと取っ組み合いをしてるんですよ。
Oh, he had a problem with Mion?
何度か。
Multiple. Oishi-san has said before that Mion had defied the dam project vehemently. Well, it wasn't hard to imagine how she'd be if she got worked up.
2年目の事件で誘致派の夫婦が事故に遭いましたよね。現場にはお嬢さんも一緒にいたんです。
Is this Satoko's parents?
それが北条聡子さんな
I
んで
knew
す。
it.
え？聡子って聡子？
Oishi-san told me that my voice was too loud. Yeah, keep it down. I realized it as well and quickly quieted down.
3年目には神主夫婦が亡くなられますよね。
I think that's related to Rika.
そのお嬢さんが古出里香さんです。
So that's what happened to her parents.
リカちゃんが
4年目に亡くなった主婦はもうわかりますね。
Was Rena's mom.
北条聡子さんの
Yes.
義理のおばで
Wait,
す。
step on. I thought this was related to Ren. Okay. Step on of Satoko. Step on. I know they were being abused by their step on. Wait, what does she look like again? I'm thinking of the her. Okay, I remember. I remember now. Okay, I remember. Yeah, I was thinking of the lady who was trying to swindle Rena's dad, but I remember her. I remember Satoko Stepan. Yeah, I remember her. They did not like those kids. She did not like those kids.
当時は聡子さんはご両親を事故で失っていましたので預けられていたのです。被害者宅に。
I could tell my lips were getting dry. The fact that Satoko lost all her family members is great. It's honestly sad. I didn't even have the wits to keep my mouth from hanging a gap. I had thought it was nothing but a bizarre incident, one that I could easily distance myself from. But clicking and clacking, it was snuck all the way to my feet.
ちなみに4年目に失踪した北条聡さんは聡子さんの実の兄になります。
ちょっと待ってください。
The whole Satoshi family. It took everything I had to finally say that. I gulped down a glass of water and once again wiped my face with a napkin. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. But Oishi-san was relentless. Instead of waiting for me to finish sorting out my feelings, he started speaking again. The last of the things I shouldn't have heard.
被害者たちはなぜかあなたのお友達グループに全てつながるのです。
Yeah, I know they're two different people. I thought they were talking about the other person. That's why it confused me. I completely forgot about her aunt. This is really...
偶然に決まってるじゃないですか。
Nah, one's coincident. Nah, wait, no, how did the saying goes? Two's a coincidence. Third one has to be some... I don't know.
前原さん、静かに、静かに。
Right? Like...
みんな見てますよ。
He got that high school energy. Like, keep it down. Mion. Satoko? Rika-chan? So what if they're connected? You're telling me all my friends? It couldn't be. It just couldn't be. Oh, Rena is different, isn't she? Rena isn't connected with the victims at all.
竜宮レナさんは去年まで茨城の郊外にお住まいでした。
Prefecture. I like that word.
まあ確かにいずれの被害者とも直接の面識はありませんが。
He said it in a roundabout way. Is he saying she's also connected?
実は調べてみたら竜宮さんは引っ越しの少し前に学校で謹慎処分を受けているんですよ。
Oh boy.
なんでも学校中のガラスを割って回ったんだとか。
Yeah, I remember that.
レナが学校中のガラスを割った？
Yeah, I remember that. Ugh. Ugh. I thought I would... Dang it. Oh no, that's not it. I wanted to show the scene, but I can't find it. Well. That same spacey Rena had, didn't she use like a bat or a hatchet or something and she started swinging around? Oh, really 14? I thought he was 16. I mean, I know, well, the visual novel did say their ages. Kinda. They just said, they said he was like, he was younger than Mion. And same age as Rena or something. I didn't know he was 14. I thought he was 16. 16 at least. So I thought, I couldn't even imagine it.
3日間の謹慎が明けた後も復学しなかったようです。その間に神経科に通院し、自律神経失調症と診断され、何週間かの間、投薬と医師によるカウンセリングを受けています。
What is that? I'm googling that. An often chronic dysfunctional of the automatic nervous system that impairs involuntary bodily function like heart rate, blood pressure, digestion, and temperature regulation. It acts as an umbrella term for conditions such as POTS, neurocardiogenic scabbing. Symptoms include severe fatigue, lightheadedness, faintness. I don't know. Dizziness, lightheaded, fatigue, cognitive dysfunction, brain fog, nauseous, bladder issues, and exercise intolerance. What is it? It's not giving me a good definition. Hey Soul, how far I'm in the game? Let's see. I have 4 more chapters and I'm done with this game. Rena gave us a crazy look and she screamed at us and called us that iconic thing liar. Rena was spying on us and Keiichi is freaked out and he went to the hospital to get some medication because he's feeling sick, and then we met the cop on our way there and he's telling us all these things that are pieced together. He's telling us how our friends are connected to the murders that is happening, and our friends Rena and Mion, I think they know what's up now because Rena was spying on Keiichi while he was on the phone with the cop, so they're gonna get him. But 4 more chapters. I don't understand what's this disorder that she has. It's a nervous system disorder that disrupts automatic body process. What does that mean? Is it a disorder that messes with her body parts or something? Messes with her nervous systems? Her digestive, heart rate, respiration, pupil dilation, urination, and sexual arousal. Is that why her eyes get like that when she gets crazy? It just says your body just feels like fogginess and you get dizzy. But does that really make you break a bunch of windows though? I wonder if it was something like a nervous breakdown. I don't know, could be. I heard that it happens to people who are really methodical or overly sensitive. Neither of those match Rena's easygoing personality. They really don't.
でですね、そのカウンセリングをした医師のカルテに、レナさんの会話内容が記載されているんですがね。
Oh, he did? You got those? You got those?
その中に出てくるんですよ。結構。
Quite a bit of that?
何がです?
I pressed forward carelessly. There could be anything more for me to regret.
出てくるんですよ。お社様って単語が。
How is she saying Oyashiro-sama if she never been into the village until that time? That makes no sense. It felt like someone's stone cold hands was caressing my back. Oh my god. Why had Rena spoken of Oyashiro-sama before she even came to Hinamizawa, right?
お社様っていう幽霊みたいなものがですね、夜な夜な自宅にやってくるっていうんですよ。
Oh heck no.
枕元に立って自分を見下ろすんだって。
I rebuke her. I rebuke her. Who knows? Psychiatrists in the 80s are weird. True. Oh yeah. They are in the 80s. Are they? They said the incidents were in the 80s, but aren't they in the early 90s now? Maybe, aren't they in 1995? I knew the incident started like in 1980s. Was it 86 or something? I don't remember. 1983. Yeah. But I know... Oh yeah, the 80s is weird. What? 83? They're in the 80s? Dang. No wonder so much things felt so old. Oh, wait. They just said that the thing started 4 years ago. Wait, no. They're in the 80s. They're old. Oh, I thought they were like in the early 90s or late 90s. I thought the incident started in the 80s though. But they did said that the incident started 4 years ago, so that wouldn't make any sense. So this is for Stranger Things. Do not compare this to Stranger Things. I mean, unless there is actual demons in this game, in this game. I couldn't process what I was being told.
その後、しばらくしてHinamizawaに引っ越されたんです。
This makes no sense. This makes no sense.
ああ、そうそう。レナさんはよそ者なんかじゃないですよ。
She's up?
え？住民票で分かったんですが、竜宮一家は元はHinamizawaの住人です。
No, no.
レナさんがちょうど小学校に上がるときに茨城へ引っ越されたんです。
Ah, so they moved away, and then they had to come back because they can't escape the curse. My mind went completely blank. It was similar to the static you see on a blank TV channel. Keiichi's going through it. My ears began ringing as I lost all sense of comprehension.
前原さん、大丈夫ですか？
No, he's gonna die.
もう終わりにしましょうか。
Those words brought me back. I couldn't let it end here.
レナのことが分かりました。じゃあその最後の被害者の富武さんはどうなんです？誰と接点があるんですか？
So the curse started happening in 1979? It gets even deeper. Maybe because like I watched maybe because the anime was like around like early 2000s, so maybe I was confused. Irritated, I let out one final reprisal.
全員ですよ。
All of them? What? He was connected. Oh, he was connected with all. Oh, that's what he said. All of them.
お忘れですか、前原さん。
I mean, that is true. He's connected to all of them. Like all of them knew him. They saw him like every single year he came in.
みんなで楽しくお祭りの晩を過ごしたじゃないですか。
True, but
何人もの警官が皆さんの楽しそうな様子を見ていますよ。
still, that doesn't mean I killed him. Now there was nothing I could respond with. I felt silent as my brain turned to mush.
そろそろ出ましょう。ああ、前原さん。お昼の薬は飲みましたか？
I had completely forgotten about the medicine I had gotten today until Oishi-san said that. I had gotten another glass of water and we left the shop after I chugged it down. We got in the car and returned to Hinamizawa via the rough road. I never really paid attention when I was on my bike, but did cars normally shake this much? It was almost as if the road was desperately trying to tell me something. That big jolt from the difference in elevation of the road when it changed from cement to dirt. I was certain that I heard Tomitake-san scream. I sat in silence, just letting myself be shaken by the car.
お家の前まで送りましょう。
Thank you.
今日は病気でお休みだったんですよね。長々とお話ししてしまって申し訳ありませんでした。
なんで俺に話すんですか？
I blurted out the question. Really just blurted out. I didn't expect the answer.
私、一応確認しましたよね。お話やめましょうかって。
じゃなくて、どうして俺に接触してきたんですか？
I understood quite well that Oishi-san was investigating this string of suspicious incident. Oh, you have no idea how deep Higurashi goes. Police? It's ooh, ah! Hey, that's spoiler. That's spoiler. I didn't know that. But why was I telling me all this? I knew nothing and couldn't help. Everything Oishi-san spoke of was news to me. First of all, what could I, having just moved here, possibly know? My chance, if there was a reason for Oishi-san to reach out to me, then it would have been that I was part of Mion's circles of friends who looked suspicious to Oishi-san.
私ね、今年で定年なんです。定年したらばあ様の意向で引っ越しちゃう予定なんですよ。だからこそ在職中にこの事件だけははっきりさせておきたかったんです。
You just gave yourself a death flag.
で、大石さんは疑ってるんですよね、みんなを。
Oishi-san didn't really give a reason. It felt a little late, but I thought it was his way of showing a bit of consideration for my feelings.
これはこの道30年の勘です。前原さん、危ないのはあなたなんですよ。
I did like that one fight of Keiichi and Rena. I wanted to reply with, "That's absurd," but in my downtrodden state, I couldn't bring myself to say it. I know what downtrodden means. No, I don't. I did see that word in a game I...
私は今年で定年ですから、来年の渡流しの日にはもういません。だから今年中に決着をつけたいのです。
In other words, he was insinuating that on the next Watanagashi, I might be the victim.
所長からも注意を受けています。一連の事件は個々に解決しているから蒸し返すなという、これは一種の圧力です。
圧力って何のですか？
Hinamizawaの誰かです。着きました。この辺でいいですか？
After some time, the car finally reached the path to my house. The clock read 2 p.m. I was surprised so little time had passed since we ate. It was hot outside the car. The chirping of the Higurashi hurt my ears.
今日の話はすべて忘れてくださっても結構です。ですが、私は捜査を続けますよ。お社様のたたりは今年で終わらせます。
I believe in you.
何かあったら連絡しろってことですか？
いいんですよ。前原さんがどうしても連絡したくなった時だけでいいんです。
I wasn't collected enough to understand Oishi-san's roundabout way of saying it.
ゆっくり休んでください。病気でお休みの時によくない話ばかりして申し訳ありませんでしたね。
I didn't really give any sort of response.
私はいつでもあなたの味方です。それだけは信じといてくださいよ。それじゃあ、失礼。
The tires crunched over the dirt road as the car made a U-turn and disappeared into the cloud of a kicked up dust. Really? I feel like he's the most trustworthy person in this game so far. I feel like he's putting a lot of death flags onto him though. If he doesn't die, it would be suspicious if he doesn't. This was the first time I thought Oishi-san was being unfair. Telling me I was going to be the next victim, then just saying to contact him if something happened. This wasn't a criminal investigation. He was fishing, and I was just a bait dangling off the line. Would the fish be the perpetrator? Or was it really just Oyashiro-sama's curse? Either way, the bait would be swallowed whole.
ちくしょう。俺、死にたくないよ。
Go to the city. For some time, I could do nothing but stare at the puddle of water left behind by the AC from the car. You guys don't say anything. Don't spoil anything. I'll figure it out. I don't remember what happened in the anime, okay? All I remember is the deaths, okay? I wonder how much time has passed since I lay down. It was getting dark outside. Ooh, isn't this the scene where they were giving where Rena was giving him rice balls and then there was needles in them? I remember that. The anime is low-key how I feel. What does that mean? Wait, this the needle part. My body was soaked in sweat. It would probably be a good idea to change my sheets. Oh, I hate that. At that moment, the phone downstairs rang. That's scary. Having to go downstairs for the house phone. It's probably Mom. Mom was quite the worrywart. Maybe she had called many times, but I just didn't notice it.
もしもし、前原ですけど。
My.
お、生きてた。もしもーし。
Oh, it's Mion. Hang up the phone.
ミオンだけど。具合はどう？
ん？圭一のお友達ですか？圭一は休んでますけど。変わりましょうか？
え？あ、お父様で？
Oh, that's cute.
すみません。
バカで。
Oh my god, Keiichi. She's like you probably just giving her ammo. They do have a nice house. That's probably why they're gonna get snatched.
引っかかってやがるよ。
But at the same time, isn't Mion rich too? After our exchange, we both had a good laugh together. Except I was suspicious of her even as we were laughing. Was everybody really involved in the incident? The fact that I couldn't say no saddens me.
元気そうで安心したよ。レナもすっごく心配してたよ。
Was she? I don't know. Rennick was stalking us.
サトコはざまあないですわって喜んでたな。
That's crazy.
リカちゃんは病気でかわいそうですってさ。
チェ、みんなで勝手に大盛り上がりしてたみたいだな。
まあまあ。でさ、ケイちゃん、お見舞いに行っちゃ都合悪いかな。
お見舞い？いいよそんな。重病人ってわけじゃないんだから。
うちのバッチャが山ほどおはぎを作ってさ、お裾分けに持ってけって言ってんだよ。だから持ってくね。
おいおい、風が移っても知らねえぞ。
おじさんもレナもおバカさんだから大丈夫。じゃあね、すぐ行くから。
She hung up cheerfully. Rena's coming too? Oh heck no. That's what it sounded like. I was still concerned about meeting Rena, but I guess it was with Mion. Watch out, Keiichi. I heard the doorbell 10 minutes later.
どんな感じ？
Weird that she doesn't have her gun in this style.
ちゃんと薬飲んで寝てた？
そりゃもうしっかりとな。
元気そうでよかった。心配してたんだよ。
悪かったな。明日にはもう大丈夫だよ。
Mion showed a complete lack of concern for someone who's recovering, and Rena looked like she was worried about me from the bottom of her heart. Aww. It didn't look like there was anything behind those expressions. Soticles the POS? What? I don't know what that means.
ちょっとお邪魔しようかと思ったけど、まだ本調子じゃないみたいだね。
そうか？
It seemed that my face appear a bit sullen.
じゃあこれ、ケイチくん、みーちゃんのおばあちゃんが作ってくれたおはぎだよ。
Rena held out the package wrapped in newspaper. There might be about 5 in here. It was quite hefty.
サンキューな。ミオンのばあちゃんによろしく伝えといてくれよ。
I remember this. Things got crazy because these weren't real. I mean, these things weren't. Yeah.
その中にね、レナが作ったのも混じってるんだよ。ケイチ君に見つけられるかな。
Scary.
これ、今日の部活を欠席したケイちゃんへの宿題ね。
Oh. she's a kid, so I'll give her that. Because she's the least harmless one.
おはぎにアルファベットがついてるから、明日回答すること。
お見舞いなのか部活なのか、どっちかにしろ。
元気元気。これなら明日は大丈夫そうだね。
この騒ぎで熱がぶり返したらどうしてくれんだよ、まったく。
みーちゃん、あんまり騒いじゃ悪いよ。もう行こう。お家の人にも怒られるよ。
Both of them thought my parents were home. Let's keep it at that. It was because the entranceway was a mess.
そうだね。もう行こっかね。あ、そうそう、ケイちゃん。
なんだよ。
I'm scared.
お昼、何食べた？
Oh no. She knows. She knows we went out for lunch with the cop. The sudden question startled me and I went wide-eyed when I saw Mion. I had never seen her like that. It was highly unsettling visage. But why? Is she asking me about what I ate for lunch? What she said was so insane? Inane? What the heck? It was almost meaningless. The way she said it, it was almost like she didn't even care at all about what I ate.
表で食べたよ。
She must have suspected that I was with Oishi-san. Anyways, I felt that if I hesitated or tried to change the subject, then they read too deep into it. So I tried answering quickly as possible. Except, contrary to the effort I had made, there was a pause before they replied. Oh, they're suspicious.
ケイチ君、お昼は外食だったんだね。
Keiichi, get them out of your house. The glimmer from Rena's eyes had changed at some point as well. It was now sharp, as if to make me feel the faint ignorance behind her words even more. As if she already knew. That's how it looked to me.
どう？美味しかった？
Yeah, it was good.
なんでそんなことを聞くんだよ。
Mion was speaking in an unusually low tone, almost as if she knew that I had eaten at the restaurant in town. No, I'm overthinking this. I mean, both of them should have been in school at lunchtime. There was no way they could have known where I was, unless they got spies.
渋いおじさまとご一緒だったみたいだけど。誰？
How do you know this? The package with the mochi I was holding slipped out of my hand. I could tell the blood had drained from my face, making me go pale.
へえ、ケイチ君、それ誰？
None of your business.
ひょっとして、この間の人かな？かな？
I could feel the back of my throat growing dry. This was no longer a bluff. They knew everything.
なんでそんなことわかるんだよ。
See, your reaction kind of made it easier for them to know that you really didn't went out with that old man. It took everything I had to finally force those words from my throat. My knees were shaking.
さーてね、おじさんにわからないことはないからね。
What? Mion sneered knowingly and her laugh seemed to carry on forever.
で、ケイちゃん、何のお話をしてたの？
The fact that she keeps calling herself an old man makes me feel like there's actually an old man residing in that body. Like, is there really demons around? I don't believe this.
ずいぶんと熱くなってたみたいだけど。
みんなの話はしてないよ。ミオンともレナとも関係ない。
Why would you say that? Makes it suspicious.
ふん。
Look at her.
聞いてもないのにレナたちの名前が出るなんて、なんだか怪しいな。
Right, Keiichi? You really do got the mind of a 14-year-old, because, like, you can't not think right in a pressure situation. Rena's unwavering gaze pierced through my eyes and peered further inside me. I dug my own grave. My heart was throbbing so much it felt like it was going to explode.
何を隠れてやろうとも、おじさんにはすべてお見通しってこと。
Now that I think about it, it's scary how you called yourself an old man. Like, I actually feel like maybe it's
それだけを忘れないでくれればいいかな。
Oh, I'm hungry. I couldn't even shake my head. It took everything I had to stop my teeth from chattering. She never let her gaze break from mine, even as she tilted her head slightly.
ケイチ君、顔色悪いよ。
I know.
もう横になった方がいいと思うな。
そうだね。私たちはもう帰ろう。
As if nothing had happened, they both giggled at each other and started making their way out. That's scary. I had to move a muscle since I had dropped the package of mochi. As they left, the door slowly closed behind them. All I could do was stare, as if I couldn't move until the door was completely closed. Just as the door was just about to close, it opened again slightly with a sudden creak, setting my heart racing once again. Ah, heck no. Whose eyes is that? Is that Rena or Mion? I remember it was Rena's eyes. A single eye peered in through that narrow slit, and Mion's hawkish gaze peered at me once again.
じゃあね、ケイちゃん。
Dang, she said I'm watching you.
明日、学校休んじゃ嫌だよ。
Oh, that's a threat. The door closed. I wasn't able to move a muscle even after their low laughter died off into the distance and silence once again enveloped the room. Coming back to my sense, the first thing I did was lock the door. They knew what Oishi-san and I talked about. Why? How? Well, I mean, you were allowed in the restaurant. No, that wasn't important. Thinking about it now, all of it could have been overheard from the beginning when Oishi-san met me. Just as Mion said, I couldn't hide anything. Then, what were they trying to tell me? That part was obvious. They were warning me not to say anything unnecessary. What did they deem unnecessary? I only talked with Oishi-san about one thing, and they were warning me that was unnecessary. What was it that Oishi-san talked to me about? The incident involving Oyashiro-sama's curse that occurred every year weren't individual cases, but were connected as a whole, as well as the fact that there may be multiple perpetrators hidden within Hinamizawa. No, more precisely, that Mion, Rena, Satoko, and Rika-chan were all suspicious. Is that what they were warning me against?
何バカなこと考えてんだよ、俺。
I hit my own face hard enough that it let out a loud slap. Dang. If only that would wake me up from this nightmare, but at some reason it felt like I was punching a blanket. It was almost laughably painless. Calm down, Keiichi Maebara. Maebara. When did I become such a pessimist? Calm down. Calm down. Settle down and sort things out. The reason Mion knew I was eating lunch with Oishi-san was probably because somebody from Hinamizawa just happened to be there at that time. They must have told Mion that I was there. That made the most sense. Plus, come to think of it, she didn't ask me where I ate lunch, did she? She only asked, was it good? They were just curious since I was together with someone not from Hinamizawa. It's not as if they had any ulterior motive. That's it. That has to be it. Thinking about it that way, it was the same with Rena. I was just being strangely ambiguous about when I met Oishi-san, and Rena was just correcting me on that. That's when I was bewildered by the change in character from the usual mild-mannered Rena. I was just startled by it. How you victim blame yourself every time? Like, you're such a denial, Keiichi. That's the most natural way of thinking about it. It felt like my mind was mixed up like a tangled mess of spaghetti. Deep red marinara sauce would have poured out of my nose and ears if they squeezed my head. Ew. Thinking about that, I suddenly felt like vomiting. I really didn't want that to happen, so I stopped holding my head. Lately, I had no idea what anyone was saying. Spending time with them was fun. It didn't feel like there was any sort of hidden agenda. I really do think that there's a good bunch of people. When I just moved here, I couldn't make heads or tails of everything. They were really nice to me. They would butter you up. Rena was really kind and always looked after me. As long as that strange affliction didn't rear its ugly head, she was really pretty cute. Mion is also a good person. She didn't care about anyone's age or gender and was optimistic and outgoing. I was never bored when I was with her. And talking of not getting bored, rambunctious Satsuko was a good person for that too. She was pretty bratty, and that was just the way she interacted with others. Rika-chan was the same way. She didn't speak often, but that didn't mean she was always silent. They're my friends. But after hearing of the better untold secrets of Hinamizawa from Oyashi-san and Tomitake-san, when I was told about Oyashiro-sama's curse, things started going crazy. Okay, my phone's going at 10%, so I'm gonna charge it real quick. I'm gonna use my other phone. On my up. Back for the Keiichi docs, that self-blame and disparity, wanting to believe that his friends were not against this, is what was lost from the anime. I think they kind of did a good job. I mean, I don't remember much about the anime, but I did know Keiichi was just paranoid, and I remember that part. But yeah, they didn't show this type of him being despaired like this. They just showed him being like crazy and paranoid. Okay. Then hearing from Oishi-san that Mion, Rena, Satoko, and Rika-chan were all suspicious, after that everyone changed. That's right. It all started getting weird after Oishi-san told me all that strange stuff. It's his fault. I bet it's what he's thinking, excuse me. At that time, I really should have just not listened to those weird stories. I shouldn't even have asked Tomitake-san about the past incident on the night of Watanagashi. If I just hadn't gotten that strange sense of curiosity, if I just hadn't... That's right. So that's why they... Bleep bleep, Tomitake-san. That impudent outsider speaking to the likes of me after everybody went out of their way to keep it a secret from me? They'll probably bleep Oishi-san as well, for trying to unearth what everybody was warning me was better left buried. Besides that, he was unforgivable for spewing words that made me doubt the others. Of course, a guy like that is going to be... Whoa. Both Tomitake-san and Oishi-san were nothing but outsiders after all. You're an outsider too, though. They were entities who couldn't coexist with the people of Hinamizawa. Those guys should just fall to Oyashiro's curse and just... Wow. Man, this Nile thing is going crazy. It wasn't their fault. It was my fault for not being able to hold back my curiosity. It wasn't their fault. 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 I settled into a daze. It was a lethargic feeling that I had gotten up, but the ominous chill that haunted me has subsided. And yeah, in the anime he did that. That's why I was like, Like that's why I was kind of low-key like worried for Keiichi, because like he was being like crazy and paranoid, and he just immediately he believed that cop straight away. I was fine now. I was no longer frightened. I had completely recovered. I go to school tomorrow, right as rain. I'll greet everyone. I'll take part in the club activities. It'll definitely be fun. It had to be fun. I was one of them after all.
あ、そうだ。おはぎ食べないと。
Yeah, don't eat those.
どれがレナの手作りか当てないといけないんだよな。
Oh, you'll know. I remember the homework the two brought with me after they visit me. You're gonna eat that after what you just went through? But wow, our club did delivery. Now it was something else. Making jokes is so... Picked up the package I dropped on the floor and headed into the living room. It would be nice, I guess, to have some tea with it. To fill my words with mochi while drinking tea. Oh, this was quite a delectable situation I was in. Opening up the newspaper wrapping, there were 5 plump red bean paste mochi fit snugly inside. There were letters written from left to right of the newspaper, A, B, C, D, and E. Now then, they said Rena made one of these. I wonder which one. There wasn't much difference in how they look. They smell and appear about the same. This was a pretty difficult problem. The biggest difference was probably their shape. I wasn't sure what kind of person Mion's grandma was, but Rena had to be different from hers. Looking carefully, I could see one mochi has been made very neatly. So well that just by staring at it, one could tell it stood out.
この一個がレナのか否かが勝負の分かれ目みたいだな。
But blaming Oishi and himself is too human. This is just a little bit of what I meant regarding the character's writing. I'll just go real. Well, good thing I'm playing the game now. Calm down and think even harder. Mion had said her grandma made a ton of them and was told to give some out if I remember correctly. So that meant 4 of these were from that large batch. But what about Rena? She probably only made 1. So that's probably spent quite a bit of time on it. Meaning the one Rena had made was this one, E. For a moment I thought it may have been a trap Mion let out so she knew I'd pick on it. But that probably wasn't the case. I wouldn't be so sure if I knew Mion had made it, but since she said Rena made it, it probably wasn't a trap.
よし。お茶も準備 OK。まずはディフェンディングチャンピオンのミオンのばあちゃんからだ。どれ？
Not bad. The smooth bean paste and soft chewy texture left a little to be desired. The tea I drank afterward also accentuated the experience. This was an exquisite piece of work. You okay? Now how about Rena's? The curation was so delicate, one would think it was a high-class Japanese dessert. Since I normally had quite the appetite, I was slightly worried about the size of the portion. But well, first, a bite. This was quite a difficult one to judge, actually. The ingredients were exactly the same, so there was little difference in flavor. What was different was how it was shaped at the end, so it was to be expected. So the deciding factor would be presentation and volume. The well-formed and well-sized champion versus Rena the challenger with a size you just couldn't get enough of? I only had 1 bite of Rena's. I would probably have to wait until after I was done eating to make the decision. Maybe there was something hidden inside that could cause an upset. Oh, you're right. There is something inside. See, my prediction was right. My tongue touched something. It didn't feel like something edible, so I reached in with my fingers and grabbed it. What? What was this? Before I could fully comprehend what it was, I threw away the rest of the mochi I was eating as fast as I could. I slammed it against the wall, causing the bean jam to splatter. Yeah, I remember that. Then after sticking for a moment, it slid down to the floor. I was dumbstruck by my own action. What was I doing? Rena had gone out of her way to make it for me. How could I? Oh my gosh, Keiichi. This denial has to stop. Dumbstruck, I looked down at the hand that performed such a vile act. Then I remember what I had taken out of my mouth. At first I thought it was hair. Ugh. Even though it was shorter than Mion's, Rena's hair was still quite long. And it wasn't that short. It was also a bit hard to be hair. It was thick enough to roll around on my tongue. And there was a bit of metallic sheen on one end to it. Oh yes, there was a hole for those where a thread goes through, like it was a sewing needle. Ah, they put sewing needles in your food. Yes, that's right. It looked very much like a sewing needle. Exactly like one. The end was pointed as well. Quite sharply. It really did look like a sewing needle. Huh? What did I mean by look like very much like a sewing needle just a bit ago? I couldn't answer. Keiichi's out of it. This is how he went crazy. Yeah, he wants to go back to those days, but it's not gonna be the same anymore. I couldn't answer. He's in too deep now. And they marked him, so it's over. But a voice inside me already knew, and let me know by chattering my molars together. I couldn't shave off the terror welling up inside me. Suddenly I tasted something metallic and felt a prickling pain at the back of my throat. I stuck my fingers in the back of my mouth and felt around to see if I was bleeding. Suddenly I felt the urge to vomit. The sharp taste of bile irritated the back of my throat. I clasped both hands over my mouth, and after writhing agony, I was somehow able to hold back the nausea. I was finally able to breathe normally again, but this time my heart was throbbing intensely. Then it finally registered. Exactly what was mixed in the mochi. Before I could think of the correct words, my hands were already on the move. I tossed the rest of the mochi against the wall. The geometric patterns of the spatter jam beat almost suddenly invoked a terrible omen in my mind. Why didn't you throw them in the garbage? Why you threw it in the wall? I never understood that. After looking away, I dashed out the hall and flew upstairs to my room, where I stayed under my covers until morning. I clutched my own shoulders, howling madly in a mix of fear, anger, sadness, and frustration. This wasn't a threat or warning or reminder. Nothing as simple as that. What had happened in Hinamizawa? What is happening in Hinamizawa? What would happen? I didn't know the answer to any of those questions. Where did I break a taboo? Regardless, now Rena and Mion and others, they consider me an enemy. And they thought I should die. I won't let you kill me. Not for such a pointless reason. I fell into a restless sleep as I was crushed by my negative emotion. It was as if I was being drawn into a billowing, bottomless swamp. Wow. Yeah, he really's not. Like, this is like a lot for a 14-year-old. Oh, chapter's done? Drug that makes you kill yourself? Threat. I got a new trophy. Enjoy, question mark, a homemade snack. Oh. Before we see that, let me see something. Let me find the clip. Where is it? Why is this? Why is this not? Why is this not a clip? Let me just go to my website and just find it there. I gotta figure out what episode it is, though. That's gonna be the hard part. Maybe episodes. I'm just looking for that one clip. I want to get a visual. I want to get a visualization of the incident.
平均点がですか？
偏差値がですよ。
では。
ちょっと俺。
Oh heck no. The anime looks like.
俺さ。
だぜ。これが警察のや。
I do not remember this from the anime. What is this?
この
大丈夫か？
I do not remember this from the anime. What the heck?
リカちゃん、食べたよ。
話をしてたな。
They really.
顔色悪いよ。
The anime really shortened the visual novel. You're watching later arcs. Yeah, I went to like episode 11. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And then I went to 8. I was like, I still don't know what's going on. That's crazy. You know, it's funny watching the anime. I really need to rewatch the anime.
そうだね。私たちはもう帰ろう。明日学校休んじゃ。
So she did do this in the anime. She threatened you, Keiichi. What are you gonna do about that?
なんであいつら。
See, in the visual novel, he was like having a whole monologue about how these are his friends, and he ate it without hesitation. But I mean, like, there is some slight difference. Yeah, I don't know. Season 1 kind of low-key confused me as a kid, so.
あいつらはどうしてか知らないけど、俺の命を狙ってる。
That's crazy because like in the visual novel game, like he did not think that at all. Like he was still in denial that these guys are still my friends. You know, we're gonna go to school. Everything's gonna be perfect. The fact that you know the episode is crazy too. Keiichi's denial and desperation, wishing for happy days to return is nowhere in the anime. Yeah, I do not see that anime. I see a guy who wants to survive. I like that. I like that in the anime. In the beginning, I did not like him because I thought he was annoying to the girls, but you know, I like that he's, you know, trying to survive. I like that. Okay, let's read these new tips. What drugs that make you commit suicide?
単刀直入に自殺させる薬ってないんですか？
直接的にはない。
I wish I could be like you and remember the episodes like that. I can only remember like the death scenes. Those are the things that hold like so much that came into my brain.
遠回しですね。では間接的にはあるってことですか？
Okay, that's understandable.
自殺したくなる精神状態を誘発することはできる。ちゅうことだ。
難しい言い方になりましたね。何ですかその自殺したくなる精神状態ってのは。
例えば一般的な心理学見地から言えばじゃが、心理面が内向状態から外向状態に転じるときに最も自殺が多いと言われちょる。
Clinical depression and bipolar disorders are different. They are. Clinical depression indicates a prolonged state of depression, whereas bipolar disorder is a characterized by a passive depressive state accompanied by a very active maniac state. That could be what Rena has. She's probably bipolar.
内向状態の時は自信を喪失し非常に悲観的だ。だが自殺もせん。
I think that sounds like Rena.
自殺をする気力すらないからだ。逆の状態もまた自殺をせん。
No way, Rena's probably bipolar.
今度は逆に非常に自信過剰で行動的なので、自らを順風満帆と思う。だから自殺などせんのだ。
Yeah, so somebody who's bipolar or clinically depressed wouldn't think about committing suicide because they're either too scared or they're having the confidence that they're not going to die or something.
なるほどね。どっちの状態でも自殺をしないのに、状態が入れ替わるときに自殺するんですか？
内向状態には自殺願望はあるが、自殺という大仕事を遂げる気力すらもない。だが、外向状態が始まると、徐々に気力が充実し、体の自由が利くようになってくる。
That sounds scary.
なるほど。つまり自殺する気力が回復するわけですね。
そういうことじゃのう。だからこの時期に変な気を起こさんように処方箋を施すわけじゃな。
Wow.
では、富武氏はこの心理状態だったんですかね。
一般的に自殺はちゃんとした文化的な手法で行われる。道具を使用してな。
Civilize?
自虐行動とは全く違うぞい。
Edgy. Yeah, I did watch a show in middle school, so some things are pretty foggy. But I did remember just loving the anime so much. I have to doubt the factual bias for this description.
富武氏の自殺は文化的じゃないですよね。
So the visual novel is kind of sugarcoating it, or probably just giving wrong information.
ではやっぱり何かの中毒と考えるのが自然ですか。最初に言った自殺したくなる精神状態を起こす薬ってのを教えてください。
鎮痛薬の一部には心理を内向から外向に過剰転換させる効果があると報告されとる。それから催眠作用を持つ薬を異常摂取した場合にも異常行動が報告されとるが、あまり一般的ではないの。
その2つは検視の報告だと違うみたいですね。他の可能性は？
あとは病気しか考えられん。甲状腺異常を引き起こす病気にしばしばそれに似た症状が報告されとる。だがそれらは概して特徴的な症状が多い。仏は違うの。
もっと突発的に発生するものはありませんかね。今回のケースと合うような突発性で自殺したくなるようなやつです。
他にはそうじゃな。脳障害によって精神に異常を発生する状態じゃな。これは薬物中毒でも起こるが、脳の外傷や一部の病気なんかでも起こる。
Oh God. Trauma.
つまり薬によらなくても異常な精神状態に陥
Honestly,
る
like
可
I
能
don't
性があ
understand
る
this
と。
medical jargon. Like I feel like I have to Google some of these stuff.
仏は犯人に囲まれて命に危険が迫っとったんじゃろ。極度の緊張が続いて、それに分泌異常が重なって、さらに打ちどころが悪くて脳に障害が起こり自虐行動に走った。可能性もあるかもしれんの。
もうちょっと省略して言ってくれませんかね。
Yes, please.
つまり 乱闘中に豆腐の角に頭ぶつけて、それで異常が発生したと言っとるんだ。
That sounds scary to describe, to think about. And they're just laughing.
じゃあ星には殺意はなかったってことですかね。ちょいと小銭を巻き上げようと思ったら、たまたま殴りどころが悪かったと。
The two plump men laugh hoarsely.
なんてわけはありませんね。
薬物の常用にせよ、精神的なものにせよ、仏の身元が鍵を握っとるぞい。そっちはどうなっとるんじゃ。
あら、こんな時間。そろそろ戻らないとクマちゃん怒っちゃいますね。
Who's Kuma?
おお、頑張れよ。いいお年をの。
いいお年を。
Okay. Threat. Yeah, they threatened me.
おや？今の皆さんは確か
議員バッジが2人いたっすね。
じゃあ県議と市議の園崎だ。
Sonozaki? Isn't that Mion's family?
面白いっすね。親戚同士で県議と市議やってんすか。
This is deep-seated. What do they call it? What's that word? Conspiracy. Everybody's connected.
これがずるいんですよ。お互いの名前で慈善運動バンバン。片方の選挙中にはもう片方が別に講演会を開いて二重に選挙運動やってんですよ。堂々と。
よくわかんないんすけど、それって公選法違反じゃないんすか？
They don't care.
慈善運動にならない限り政治活動は無制限ですからね。クマちゃん、そんなんじゃ選対本部好きになった時大変ですよ。公選法くらいは勉強してください。
俺、知能犯科は無理っす。バカですから。
You're laughing now, but he's being serious. You're gonna have to think. You have to be prepared for this. There was prefectural assembly member Sonozaki and city councilor Sonozaki, also the mayor of Hinamizawa. So they're all influenced by the Sonozaki family. Mion's family is powerful. What crap?
お見送りしてんのは副所長とうちの課長っすね。
It came to me. What came to you? That night when the department chief invited me along to get some Odin? Udon? Odin. I thought that was it. Nice neighborhood.
大石さんは友達多いから聞いてるかもしれないけど、聞いてるかな？
いえ、何も。
お母さん、ガモにはんぺん頼みます。
Tofu fritter?
所長んとこに議員の怒鳴り込みがあったんだよ。
Oh, that's what a tofu fritter looks like. I need visualization. Nah. Here comes the politics. Who's connected? Oh, I'm not good at politics. Oof, this reminds me of like when I was watching Death Note anime and I had to stop watching the anime because the anime was low-key so kind of boring. But then I finished the manga because even though the manga had like a ton of say, because like one volume took me like what, like maybe 40 minutes to an hour to finish because they talk a lot. There's like so much information I gotta like take in, think about, and then I had to keep reading it. But I managed to finish it. That's all I could say. But I don't remember much that happened. I just remember main things that happened. But all I remember is that they talked a lot in the manga. I thought the anime was boring, the manga wasn't boring, but it's just there was a lot to say that I had to think about. Deny.
あれま、そうなんですか。あ、お母さん、私にもう一杯ください。
Prefectural Assembly member Sonozaki and City Councilor Sonozaki were both intimidating. Our snot-nosed career police chief couldn't handle being yelled at by them. They're like Yakuza.
Hinamizawa 事件の捜査の仕方で君を指名して陳情してきたよ。
Yakuza. 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 Which one is it? Which one is it? Yakuza or Yakuza? Yakuza. Yakuza.
ありゃ、私はてはて。
とぼけるなよ。例のhinamizawa沢の過去の事件。無視会してるだろ。
私、富武殺しで手一杯でそんな余裕ないですよ。ね。
本当に？本当にそうならいいんだけどさ。
There was a period of silence. While we were silent, we made headway on our food and drink.
いやー、ごちそうになっちゃいました。今月は負けっぱなしだったんで財布つらかったんですよ。助かりました。
いや、いいよ。また馬教えてよ。
Tell me a good horse?
大井さんと同じ馬を買うから。
Oh, they're gambling.
最近はダメです。馬の声がさっぱりですから。タクシー！
タクシー! I'm going by train. The department chief is taking a taxi. I have my own car, but it'll be rash to drive it home. Smart. Can't blow it right before retirement with a DUI. Even though he could still rattle off, it looked like his legs are already jelly. See, if I was you, I would just take a taxi. Taking the train when you're feeling drunk just seems like a lot. Pushing him into the cab, I gave the driver the department chief's address.
ではではまた明日。良いお年を。
大井さん。
はいはい。
過去の事件は全部個別に終わってる。縦に並べるのはやめるんだよ。
Look, you are raising the death flag even higher.
村の連中は半ば本気でタタリを信じてるんだから。
私だってタタリなんか信じちゃいませんよ。
大石さんは来年で退職じゃないですか。退職金でローン返してお母さんと北海道に引っ越すんじゃなかったっけ？
ばあ様がどうしても生まれの北海道に帰りたいって泣くんですよ。最後のご奉公なんです。退職金はまあすすきので楽しむことにしますな。
Things interesting with their visuals. The dynamic camera and shots made light almost interesting. Yeah, light was annoying, but he was funny with those stupid monologues in his brain, like. And then I saw the YouTube video of like, when people are talking, and then you don't hear light monologue in the background, and it's like, wow, he really just sits there looking at you in silence for that long. It's just so funny. Death Note made someone writing in a notebook theoretical and flashy to watch. Yep. Like what was it? Like I'll take this potato chip and eat it, and then oh, light is comedic. It would be super boring without the extra directing. They tried, but like I think I made it halfway. And that's it, halfway. How many episodes was it? Was it like 20-something episodes?
所長は退職時特別昇給を見直すかもってさ。
A public servant's payment is calculated based on their monthly salary when they retire. So a special promotion of 2 pay grades is given before retirement. This toss up the employee's servant's pay, this tends to be how it's done around here. Of course, it's not exactly a commendable custom. Incidentally, the difference that 2 pay grades makes to the payout is quite significant.
さすがインテリの若所長は言い出すことが模範的です。でもまあ、私たちの給料が血税で支払われてることを思えば、まあ時代の流れですかね。
This voice actor is pretty good. It certainly wasn't a laughable matter, but I laughed through it anyways.
僕も模範的なこととは思わないよ。でもまあ、大石さんはそれだけの退職金をもらってもおかしくない活躍をしてきたからさ。僕としてはぜひもらってほしいんだよ。
もらえるもんならそりゃ欲しいですけどね。
So they're saying that if I don't drop this, I'm not gonna get my Syrians pay? What the heck?
もらえるよ。大石さんが大人なら。
They're threatening me for real. I think 37 episodes, something like that. Psh. We didn't get any of this on Oishi's side in the anime. Everything was fully on Keiichi. Yeah, everything was Keiichi perspective in the anime. So I like this little tip size thing.
運転手さん、引き止めてすみませんね。お願いします。
Gives me more information of what's going on. I closed the door roughly, interrupting the department chief's conversation a bit rudely. It looked like he still has something to say, but he just smiled wearily and waved. I waved in return. The cab speeded up and gradually and soon it disappeared amongst a sea of lights. Whoa! Okay. What'd you get in my face?
参ったな。ローン返済できるかな。
Save. I'm on chapter 10 now. 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm told there's 13 chapters. I'm on chapter 10 now. It's like 1:18 in the morning. I feel like if I do one more chapter, it might take me until 2 in the morning, to be honest. When did I start the stream? I started like just around 9:30ish. 9, 10, 11, 12. It's like I'm about to hit the 4-hour mark. The threat to cutting his pension sounds suspicious. Corruption. Yes, it's corruption. The Shonozaki family is corrupted indeed. Because they have a government position, and then our chief threatened to cut our pension, take away our pension if we don't drop this. This is so weird. Do I do one more chapter, or do I just stop this and do this for another time? Because like there's just 4 chapters left, including this one right here. I think I'll just stop right here. I did want to, yeah. Do I want to stop right here though? But it's like it's almost 2. It's like almost 2 in the morning though. It's like almost 2 a.m. Oh, that's why. Dang. Continue to the next one. Yeah. Let's leave this cliffhanger. Some stuff is going crazy. I like your ideas. All right, guys. Thanks so much for staying through the stream of me playing Higurashi. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I wouldn't mind honestly doing more, but like it's like almost about to be 2 a.m. and plus I'm hungry, so I need to eat something. And plus my butt's hurting from sitting in this chair for too long. Like what the heck? Next stream, I mean. Next stream. I believe tomorrow I'm gonna stream, but I'm gonna be playing Peak with some friends. So I'll stream. See you in the next one. Yeah, thanks. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time, I'll be playing Peak with friends. And then let's see, Friday I'm doing another group game, but I don't know if I'm gonna stream on Friday because Friday I have work, and this is gonna be like a late night one. Saturday, I'm either going to play Half Past Fate because I really need to finish this game, Half Past Fate, because like if I don't finish this game, I cannot play new games. And this game was supposed to be a Valentine's game, and I have not finished it. Like literally, I'm literally almost done finishing this game. I either finish that game up, or I do Higurashi on Saturday. It's between that, but I really want to finish that game. What? Saint! Oh my god, Saint! Thanks for the thanks for subbing for 6 months. Yeah. What's that angry emote? What are you angry about, Saint? It's about work. I understand. You look tired. It's so late at night. Maybe it's maybe your time zone's different from me though. It's so late. So late. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for the resub. No, I'm sick and my boss gave me a week off. Aw. I hope you get better. Also saying DVD got a new map. I just wanted to give you that news. I hope you get better. Get some soup, take some medicine, you know. Make sure you shake, well, I wouldn't say shake it off, but you know, just get some plenty rest. Oof. Being sick sucks. I hate it. Like, personally for me, when I get sick, I don't take medicine. I just endure it because I'm crazy like that. Because like I hate the feeling. I don't know. I don't like taking pills. All I do is just eat soup, sleep, and it takes me, I think, a week or two to get better. Sounds good. Either way, we'll see you at the next Higurashi. Ooh, bye, Ruben. Thanks for coming in. You're crazy. I'm just me. Alright, guys. It's time to say goodnight. It's been a long stream of Higurashi. We gotta end it. It sucks, but I hate doing this. But I'm hungry, and it's almost 2 a.m. And I have to edit a video. I have to edit a short for tomorrow, which is today. Oh my gosh. I don't want to say goodbye to Higurashi. Oh wait, there's gonna be early. There's a second game, but I really want to finish Half Past Fate because that game needs to be done. Let's see. Have a good night, Queen. Thanks, Saint. Have a good rest. All right. Who should I raid? Some people, like a lot of people, are still playing that Resident Evil game. Let's see. Let's see. Looks like let's raid Chu. She's playing Cobblemon. I don't know if you guys like Fortnite. I mean, I said Fortnite, I meant Minecraft. What the heck? Let's read you. Mr. Chu, it's a suit. Wait, I should play music. What am I doing singing the song myself? Alright guys, good night. I'll see you guys soon. Tomorrow I'll be streaming, what was it? Peak. Tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Give it a like, subscribe for more. Check me out on my other social media. I'll see you. Bye.
Yume, Nabi! Higurashi When They Cry. I need to play that. I also need to watch that.
Written by the Euro Butcher.
Hi!
Hey, more diamonds. My arcade senses
Welcome
were correct.
in, Raiders. Welcome in. I hope you had an amazing stream. make sure you get yourself food, water, rest, whatever it is you need. You're more than welcome to hang out.